9 cycles have passed. When the gods deem mortals too powerful, they decree a race between their avatar and the mortals to determine their worth. In the race, the mortals are granted a chance to engage the very gods themselves. The mortals are granted a chance of survival. The mortals are granted a chance to become gods. Lose and see all mortal life removed from the Kryn, and the next cycle begins. This race is the final command of the gods to their mortal counterparts. This is their dying order.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the beginning of the stream, and everyone has switched places again. We had a lot of tech issues at the beginning here. For those of you watching on the VOD, in the future, everything is fine. For those of you watching right now, thank you for waiting. Yeah. We've done a load of messing around. Everything's gone wrong, and everyone's in the wrong place. I think everyone is in the wrong place. So today, Ellie is played by KPP.
I'm in the right place.
Bo is played by Pocket, and Aura is played by an old man. Just a random old man who we've never seen. I'm going to switch you guys around while Pumpkinberry introduces the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dying Order, GM'd by Brad here on Tablestory. We're trying something. The reason we're having tech issues is because we're trying something different with the audio. Can you hear the difference? Do we sound better than we normally sound? Clearer? Crisper? Lie to me.
Lie.
If you don't hear the difference, say you do.
Please say it was worth.
I'm feeling a little bit better. You can probably hear it in my voice that I still sound pretty sick, but no, I don't hear the difference. It sounds the same to me. Not really. Okay, so we're banning 3 people today.
Yeah, ban every single one of them.
Every single one of you.
They don't know the difference, but I'm not going to run the test.
You surely sound different.
I'm not going to prove it.
It sounds quiet. Okay, we were worried about that. So please let us know if our volumes... Actually, why don't we go around and just introduce our characters a little bit so that we can get the volume appropriate.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll go ahead and start with KPP.
Hello, I'm Katie Peters Plays, and I will talk so volumes can be adjusted. I am a streamer, and I play Aura. I don't know why I'm so robotic about this. I play Aura on this show, and I'm a tiefling. And I'm very excited to see where we go today, and who might die at some point, or if Brad's going to try to kill me again.
Yeah, it's going to be you.
Always. That's perfect. Thank you, KPP. How was the volume? Yeah, she sounds really good. It sounds very clear, better clarity, but it's lower volume. We knew that was going to happen, so we're going to try to adjust that. Don't worry. Brad,
I have one plan.
Up our volume.
The best thing I can do has just been done. If that doesn't fix it, there is no fix, and it's just a solo game.
We can adjust our volumes for you, right?
Yeah.
Did you put our browser on?
I just went Super Saiyan.
Chat? Okay.
I just went Super Saiyan.
Okay.
And I maxed. I've punched everything. We're at 88 miles an hour.
Okay.
We're gonna see what that does.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Next up, let's do Pocket.
No, I'm Bobo.
Right.
No, you
Bobo.
fixed. You're all fixed. You should all be back
we're all
in there.
fixed.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're all fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pocket,
Dang
you're
it.
up.
I was really looking forward to stepping in those shoes today. No, not like that. Anyway, I'm Pocket. I play Elian because I'm really creative with names, but Elian is actually a drawback to an earlier character of mine from a long time ago, and I play a rogue. I am a murder hobo at heart, and it really comes out in character. I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun being an assassin. It's a problem. So I'm not
Perfect.
sure. I sound fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
cranked
checking.
my volume
Yep.
all the way up.
Everybody says volume's good. Amazing. All right, Disby, you're up.
Hello, my name is Disby Erics, and I play the old man half-elf bard.
Bobo! And I like my ladies, and I'm incredibly handsome.
But that's about it.
Excuse me, you're supposed to be lying, damn it.
Oh! I I don't like my ladies and I'm ugly as fuck!
Good job. Who are you playing, PB?
I'm playing Suna, the old woman that was kind of revealed the race on an episode by accident. I think I've already spoken, so everybody knows my volume's good. So we're clear to start if you are, Brad.
I feel like No, I'm not going to give them any further clues.
Oh,
So
as
you-
to
You think you know, okay? You think you know Suna. You don't know Suna, okay? You don't know her emotional map. You don't know her journey, okay? Let's...
Did you just white woman my Suna?
Yeah.
I think you did.
Just full on LA Starbucks gold you.
Okay.
All
right.
Let's jump in now that everything is apparently sounding good. Brad is loud. Great. Okay.
No, that was a joke.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay. Don't mess with me, man.
You have to read the rest of it. Brad's too loud.
I
Please
don't.
turn volume to 0 sip.
I pick a random thing from chat and read that, and then I don't read anything else on the page because I assume they're all the same thing. I don't know why I do it. It really annoys people in my chat when they're trying to tell me stuff like, Brad, don't go left, and I read the one person that trolls says go right or whatever, and I'm like,
Or you just read Brad go left. you
that's
just
it. And then I
skip
just
the
go, I
don't.
do that, and everyone's like, what the hell is wrong with him? And it's very frustrating. Come subscribe to my channel, twitch.tv/mixer. Okay.
Wow.
No.
Someone said so
Oh.
he reads chat like Pocket. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, in Pockets, because Pocket's English, remember? This is just the English way of doing it. So, you have returned once again. Young players. Young players.
I'm excited.
I think we're all about the same age, except for Disby, who's 97. Whereas we're all somewhere around, close enough. You have returned once again, and we shall all return to the sands of Dustvale. Last week, just to give you a little recap of what happened, y'all got into a fight with a creature known as a Tanaruk, which is like a big beastie orc, which looks kind of like demonized and evil. You dealt with it. You did a good job. You kicked it about. It was carrying a person in a net, an Aarakocra man who's like a half eagle, half man. You helped him out. You gave him a little dagger, and you sent him on his way. And then you guys continued your journey. You guys are pretty much just wandering in the direction of the Gate of Time on the map here. I'll give you a map to look at. Suck it, MP3 listeners. You are heading to Dreadtusk, which the locals refer to as a place known as Dreadtusk, which is like an ancient ruin, and you know to be this thing known as the Gate of Time. You were set a task by the gods. A creature named Ahi told you that you are now in a race against something called Symbol, and you have to go to 4 of the different gates, 4 of 7 different gates. You chose this one to go to. It's in an awful place called Dustvale, which is like a desert, and you began your journey here. You took the quick route, which is essentially through the mountains here. No idea where Symbol is. The last we as an audience saw Symbol, it was ahead of you, but you haven't seen it since. And last time you guys headed into the sort of Red Rock Canyony mountainous range. Lots of mesas, a little bit less sand, and you have a sandwalker with you who's like a guide to take you through this thing, and he's actually making the journey a lot quicker for you. He's making sure that you're not lost, and he's ensuring that you don't, or that you take the sort of quickest route possible, even though it's a little more dangerous. And because of that, you've encountered some pretty rough things. The Tanaruk, and then you encountered 2 skeletal minotaur things. These undead minotaurs rose up. And it was looking pretty rough. Once again, Aura was smacked pretty hard, almost to death. And you guys managed to get lucky. No, you didn't get lucky. You got clever. You got clever with some spells. Suna managed to create like a globe of darkness for these two things, or around these two things, and they kind of beat the crap out of each other. Then you dragged Aura away, woke her up. She got up right as rain once again, and you continued on your journey. That's it. That's it. You guys are just walking. Best campaign ever. So let's just jump back in there. It's weird because I know all the possible things that could have happened and stuff, and sometimes I'm like, did that happen? Oh no, it didn't happen. The earthquake. Remind me when you do this next day of travel to tell you one of the things that was on this encounter table, just so you know how
Was it an
awful
earthquake?
No, but that's a pretty cool random encounter. I think, probably, maybe, I don't know. Let's jump back into it. So, you guys are traveling via night. It's cooler. You're slightly better prepared for nighttime travel than daytime travel. In the daytime, and you guys have already suffered it, there is the potential to become heat stroked, and so you decided to move by nighttime. I think we are. So you guys are 2 days into what is essentially a kind of a 4-day travel or a 4-night travel. And we're coming up now to the next day as you guys move through the night. Once again, you move through the entire evening. You fought with these creatures, and then Marwood leads the way while Ellie and Aura are scouting for stuff, and then Bo... Ellie and Suna are scouting, and Bo and Aura are foraging for food or water, lizards and things. You come now to the morning of the next day as you approach sort of a sandy plain again. You come out of this mountainscape, and ahead of you is another kind of open expanse of sand. To your north, the rocky mountainous range kind of turns into a hilly canyon. But Marwood seems to be heading more kind of southeast and back out into the sands. He says, he probably turns to each of you as you're all trudging along these few rough days of travel and sleep. He would have turned to you and said, we should probably find somewhere to stay here. It is open sand almost all the way to Dreadtusk now. We can rest for this day. By the end of, by this time tomorrow, we will be at where you need to go, if I can remember the way. Which I can, of course, he says unconfidently.
Well, that's good.
What other things can get us here?
What cannot get us? Have you ever seen a Greek?
No. What's a grick?
It is like a brain thing with tentacles and a beak.
Oh, sounds exciting.
Last time I was
the chances?
here, I think I saw a Greek nest. So there's those. Do you know what a nyogi is?
Food?
I don't think I would like to eat it. Imagine a bird and a spider, and then combine it.
Oh. Nope. I would rather not imagine that. I'm good. I'm good on that one.
Yes. There is a lot of things here. All of them are not good.
Well, hopefully we'll get lucky.
Perhaps we find somewhere to stay.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Cave. Yeah. It might be better to
What
stay
about
in
over there? That
Him.
little dented thing. Surely
Okay.
there's a cave.
Yes.
Maybe on the other side?
Why not go check it?
All right. Wait, do you want me to go check it, or are we all going together?
No, you check it.
Oh, all right.
I don't know if I... okay.
It's fine.
I'll go with...
I'll be right back. Or
You want me to come with you?
You can come with me if you like. I mean, I'm not, no pressure.
Marwood is
Oh,
kind
I'll
of
come with
Scared
you.
or anything.
Marwood is
I
kind
can
of
go by myself.
He's kind of distracted. He's got his hands on his hips and he's kind of looking out over the expanse of sand. Yeah, he looks like he's very concentrated on the correct direction in which way you're supposed to be going, because it just opens up to a desert and it's just just a wide open sea of sand. You two are heading over to sort of a cavernous area, a hilly, rocky bluff with some mountainscapes, some sheer rock face that stretches out over the north. Eventually it gets to the sea, but you're not really anywhere near that. Give me perception checks, the both of you. 13 and a 16. What are you looking for in terms of somewhere to stay, do you think?
Well, he specifically said a cavern or something like that, so probably a cave is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think you find it. Both of you head over to an area where you can see some of these hills. The sand gives away to rock, and then the rock leads up to a sort of plateau, and there's a little cave that leads into the rock face that essentially sets all these canyons and gorges and mesas together. And yeah, it's not a deep cave. It doesn't seem to like lead inwards and endlessly downwards into whatever horrors live underneath Dustvale. It's just an overhang. You guys find a decent area to settle down. Looking inside
good.
for anything, there doesn't appear to be any gricks or scorpions or anything waiting.
Doesn't appear to be anything out to eat us or get us in here, so this looks good. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's good. I used to camp in caves with my friend Alvin when I was growing up, so this will be like old times.
Alvin? Tell me about Alvin.
Well, I have some questions about Toby.
Oh,
So maybe we could...
He's not worth talking about. Tell me about Alvin.
Oh, he's just my friend. We met in the forest when I was young, and
Just
we
a
just
friend?
explored. Yes, just a friend.
Oh, that's boring.
Oh, well, I don't think he's boring. Maybe someday you can meet him.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Alvin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I study her. I'd like to roll. I want to see insight, please, if she has any feelings about this Alvin character.
Okay, give me an insight check.
19.
19's pretty high. It's up to you if you want to counter that roll or just be honest. If you want to counter it, then, and in the sense that you want to disguise how you're feeling, then you need to roll a deception check.
I kind of just want to... I want to roll a deception check.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Okay.
Try to fool
9.
an old woman.
A 9. I think you can probably see through whatever you're attempting to disguise here. What do you think she senses about your relationship with Alvin?
I think she senses that Alvin and I are more than just friends.
I thought
But-
so.
We're not more than just friends. And
Okay.
maybe you're just like kind of piecing together like, oh, she and Alvin are a thing. But
All right.
Alvin and I are not a thing.
Okay. But you would like to be? Is that what I'm sensing? No? Maybe.
Maybe I could see her studying my face and I feel like, oh, she's trying to gauge the situation. Maybe.
Well, maybe one day I can meet Alvin and, maybe one day you'll be more than just friends. Who knows?
I'm more than just friends with Alvin.
You never know.
Well, he's much smaller than me.
Well, size doesn't matter. It's the motion that moves the ocean, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, he and I just explore the forest, and it's just...
Explore the forest. I see.
Just,
All right.
just tell me about Toby. I'd like to... You
He's my neighbor, and I hate him. He's not worth talking about, really. We've been warring for years. He's
I mean-
worthless. I don't want to talk about him. He puts me in a sour mood.
Okay.
But
Well,
thanks for asking. I'll tell you about my husband and my children someday.
oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about your life.
I'm going to call them over, and then we can continue talking, because I do like a good chat.
Okay.
I want to say before they call us over, as they're chatting, I walk up and sit next to Bobo.
Yeah, I think you
I
guys are stood kind of a little ways on the precipice of the edge of this like open sand portion of the desert with Marwood still. He's like tracing up and down now. He's doing a strange sort of zigzag pattern relatively slowly and tracing his feet while you guys are waiting for these two to come back, and then you guys sit down, maybe on the edge of a rock somewhere.
I look at Bobo and I'm like, hey. I
Oh.
just stare. Just
Hi.
intense.
Are
So,
you all right?
Oh, I was gonna ask you the same thing, actually.
No. Well, you know me, I'm not okay. Never okay.
So, I have a question for you. Would you mind answering it?
No.
I'm gonna ask it anyway. I was wondering if you could tell me, what's your name?
Well, the name's not Bobo. Bobo.
It's not Bobo.
No.
And I grab, like, his hair and I yank it, and I'm like, and what color
Hey!
is this?
Duh. Green.
Are you blind? Are you colorblind? I mean, I've met colorblind people before, and it didn't really,
Yes.
you know, it's not really a good thing to do if you're colorblind.
What's with all these questions? Am I being interrogated? Do you think I'm a spy?
Are you a spy?
Yes. Oh! Ah!
I laugh because I'm like, there's no way. If you're a spy, you're a really bad spy. There's no way you're a spy, man. You're too bad. No, I think you're, I don't know, I think I want to roll.
What do you want to roll?
I don't
What are you
know if
trying
I'm
to
at the
determine?
point where I can either just start to deduce that something is wrong with Bobo,
Hmm.
or if I have to keep rolling for it.
Roll me
Because it's pretty obvious that at this point where it's like,
something up with them.
okay, something's wrong with you, man.
Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a save, but okay.
I call
it's-
out
that matters.
for Suna and Aura. Help!
Yeah, I don't know if you can determine exactly what's going on with him. He just seems crazy, and there's definitely something up. And probably the main reason you can't fully work out what's going on is you're so goddamn hungry. Like, it's starting to just mess with
yeah.
you now. Your
Yeah, 'cause we all
stomach
failed.
is killing you. Oh no, you've probably eaten. Everyone's eaten the right amount, but you in particular feel insanely hungry, and I think it would be bothering you at this point. Like, it's painful almost.
I look at Bobo and I'm like, yo, we need to get some food.
Over here!
I don't. Oh.
We
I
found a
turn around.
place!
around.
I don't think they want us to go that way.
I
I'm like,
grab him by the
like,
hair. I get up and I
waving my
grab him by the
stick in
hair
the
and pull him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Marwood kind of like waves and then begins to head over as well. And then you guys can set up in this little cave for the daytime, for the rest that you're gonna do. Marwood is a little distracted. He says, "There, I don't think there is Grix, but there is something out there. We should be very careful."
Like what?
If I was to guess, I would say spider or scorpion, but the big one.
Well, is there any way we can avoid it?
Well, yeah, we
It
could.
can't like smell us
mm,
miles and miles away and then come creeping while we're all sleeping and then, we wake up and there's this giant spider eating us.
I don't think they smell. I think they are
perfect.
based on movement. And if you move very fast, sometimes scorpions they chase after you.
Oh, well, that's easy then. We'll
Yeah.
just lie still and sleep.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. He says, "I will take first watch."
Are you sure? I don't mind staying up and maybe cooking some food or something.
Has anyone got a polearm of any kind,
Pole arm?
or a glaive, or a spear, or anything like that
Me?
on them? You've got
I
one.
do. Yeah. My walking stick has a glaive end that comes out.
But it's concealed.
Yes.
Yeah. So no one has anything that's not concealed.
Right.
He pulls out his sword and says, yes, I will take first watch. I'm going to look around. There is something here. I am going to find it. And then he walks out of the cave.
Okay, and don't come
Or
back
should-
soon.
Should he go by himself?
I think he's more capable than us.
I walk out with him.
Do you think he's... Ellie?
I just get up and walk out with him.
Oh, okay, well, Ellie's gonna make sure he's all right. Actually, she's probably making sure he's not running off with all our gold.
Get out my dagger. And I'm like walking with it at my side. I just look like...
Maybe he's getting scared.
He walks over towards where the open sands are, and then just randomly, every now and then, will just stab into the sand with the sword.
That's boosting confidence.
I'd like to use a perception check
Yeah.
to see if I can, like, as he's stabbing, I want to see if I can actually just see anything before he stabs the wrong thing and gets us all killed.
Yeah, if you want to roll a survival check, you'll have a better chance of understanding what he's looking for. Are you out there with them, Suna?
Yeah, I didn't want him to go out by himself.
Okay.
I probably didn't sit down to rest or anything.
Because perception...
I'm not like out there poking the sand, but I'm at the mouth of the cave, like just watching.
Yeah, I'd
breathing.
say it's probably about 50, 60 feet away, where
Okay.
this open sand begins, and it just turns into a very long stretch of desert. I mean, it's just everything. It's all you can see is desert towards the south. Yes, Ellie on the 11. You can see what he saw. There are these disrupted pieces of sand. The wind that was extremely windy over by New Thindoon has died down to almost nothing at this point. The sand is very still. And you can see that there are these almost like track marks. It's not wet sand, so it's kind of hard to make out specifically what's going on, but there are like little indentations all over this area. Once you actually see this open part of the sand here, you can see that it just looks like the entire place is pocked with little little divots, like something has already been stabbing the sand, kind of leaving.
So if I don't know what it is, can I
holes.
still do perception to see where it went? Or I don't know what that would be, like investigation?
That's what your
or-
survival was for. Your perception
Oh.
would be just to see the thing. Survival on depending on how high you rolled depends on what you would have got. For the 11, I don't think you can tell where it's gone, what it's doing. You can tell that at least whatever he seems to think is here, whether it's something with long, tapered legs, just seems to be moving around this area a lot, to the point where the whole thing seems to be covered in it. He'll probably turn around and see you eventually and say, you should rest. This may be your last chance before we get to this gate of yours. He says it to you, Ellie.
I thought he was talking to Suna. What were you looking for there, buddy?
I think if it is one of these spiders, they will hide under the sand.
Oh, like the one that we found before we met you. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it is very big, sometimes you see its legs poking out. It looked like wood. Dry wood.
So it's a good idea to just go around stabbing it?
Then I will know where it is.
Yeah, we all will.
Yeah, but I am very
Or,
fast.
like, give him like a... Dude.
He says, I do not get caught by spiders and creatures. You city folk, no? Where are you from?
Yeah, I travel to cities mostly. I don't go out and I like just point around. I don't do this stuff very much. It's all new to me.
Yeah.
Not my style, you know?
So you don't know how to avoid spider webbing?
I know how to avoid traps and poisons and other assassins maybe, and your odd bunch here and there of thieves and criminals and even the law, but spiders? No, that's a whole new ball game for me. I don't know. I don't like this place.
Perhaps
Don't
you
like this
should
place.
stay in cave then.
I mean, you get your ass killed, we're all screwed. So here I am.
Okay, I will not get myself killed, but spider jump out, I run away, and then you get eaten.
No, you not. I can run pretty fast.
Okay.
Plenty of years running from the law in towns. I can run pretty fast. Don't worry about me. Worry about them.
Well, okay. If
I see her gesture back and I just wave dumbly. Like,
he says, every now and then you see there are all these rocks big enough to lift, not big enough to carry. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go lift them up.
You just want me to go lift a rock?
Look for a creature that has a big shell and a pointy sword on its back.
Okay. Do I know what this is, by the way? Is he talking about scorpion?
Yeah.
So do I need to roll to see if I know what it is?
You can. Yeah. Give me a nature roll.
Nature. God, these are all my worst things. 9.
I think you do know what a scorpion is.
I just don't know the details of them.
You don't know anything about them, but you know it in the same way that, you know, an average person knows what a scorpion is.
Oh, I am from Texas. I know them well. Anyway. So you want me to find a scorpion?
Yes, look for them. Some are small like this. Some are big like bigger than you.
Why am I gonna go poking around for a scorpion?
Because if I know where it is, that would be better for us. Well, I am not going to sleep if I know there are scorpions and spiders that are here. What else is it going to be? Living tracks
You
like
know
this.
what? I got an idea. I want to set up a trap
Okay. At the base or just out in the sand?
at the base.
Yep.
You know, like the traps where, like, if a foot goes through, it makes a little jingle.
Right.
You know, of like some empty cans or something. I want to do that with like some empty bottles I have or something, and then just be like, if a foot goes through, it makes a little chime sound.
Yeah. What stuff do you think you guys have to make a trap like this?
I
us?
have-
I definitely have rope.
I have
if
shell
we're-
wind chimes actually
Yeah.
in my bag.
Make everyone sleep nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to sleep if something's coming in there to kill us. I know that I have rope.
Okay.
So
The rope that you guys have is pretty thick. It's hempen rope, which is like that really thick, like rigging on a ship type rope. There is 2 types of rope in D&D that usually you end up with. It's hemp rope and silk rope, I think, which is much thinner rope. I don't know if you've got any wire, but you could try and make it with that rope. It wouldn't really jingle if any little things are coming through, but if something big tried to come through, then it.
well, and
it
I
hits
think that's
there.
what we're worried about, right? The big things.
What are you trying to do, Ellie?
I'm like, well,
Rifling around in your bag? Do you need something?
Like throwing
yeah.
bottles out and rope all over
yeah,
the
I'm like
place.
setting out bottles next
Yeah.
to each other,
What-
and then I have rope, and I'm starting to tie things around maybe grabbing some whatever I can find to anchor it down. And I'm like, oh, I'm making a trap.
What kind of a trap?
Flying spiders and scorpions. You know anything about those?
I do actually. I might be able to help.
Yeah.
What
that'd be
kind of
great.
things do you need for your trap?
We'll see. Here's the plan. I'm gonna set this to where if they try to walk in, they'll trigger the rope. It'll cause a sound to happen.
Okay.
A little chime, something that we can wake up and just know that something is invading that's big. We don't need to worry about small animals. I think we'll be fine.
I have some shell wind chimes in my bag. You could just attach the rope to them inside the cave, and then
Oh, yeah.
there's no wind in here.
But they'll move, which will trigger
Right,
them
and then
to-
and then they'll jingle and wake us up.
yeah, that you know what, that would work. That would
Okay,
work.
let me just go look in my bag. It might take me a minute. There's a lot of shit in there.
Okay. I like stand over as she's like digging in her bag, just trying to see all that she has.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Completely nosy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You see a bunch of rocks, 3 different types of rope. You see my card deck. You see just a lot of trinkets. It seems like a lot of junk, probably at first glance. But yeah, and then I pull out the set of like seashell-y chimes.
As you hand them up, I like quickly look away, like I wasn't looking.
My daughter Mira made these.
I grab them and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna ask Marwood to come over. Hey, come help me set this trap up. Let's go. Let's go, Mr.
Okay.
Maniac, poking shit in the dark. What's wrong with you?
Okay. We will bring this across the mouth of the cave, and we will sleep in the back. And we'll have to reach up to the top there. Can you climb up to the top of this and hook the rope with the chimes on it?
Is that athletics or acrobatics?
You can. I'll let you do either for this. Whichever one you want. So I assume
I'm
you'll
gonna
get-
try.
Okay.
So, if I fall on my ass, I swear.
Nice.
15 is pretty good. You do like an Assassin's Creed run up the side of the wall, hands in little handholds, and manage to hook yourself in a weird angle and run the rope along the top of the cave and attach some chimes to it so that the rope runs around the edge of the cave. There's only one sort of small section of the cave that the rope doesn't run around. He says, spiders can climb, you know? We should try and make it this way. Okay, you just have to bring this over to here, and then maybe attach it to this, and then... okay, very nice. Roll me a survival check with advantage.
Bo, did you see that? She just ran straight up the wall.
That wasn't cool.
And an 18. Yeah, you set a pretty good trap. The DC for any creature that tries to enter the cave is now 18. That's the number that it has to beat to get through your trap here. And you essentially just have like a rope that runs carefully around the edge of the cave and then hangs and attaches to a chime thing that will go crazy. There's no wind, so it's unlikely that it was going to just be blown in the wind. Marwood kind of stands, dusts his hands, and says, looks good. Okay. Well, let's hope it's, not something that can think. I'm going to sleep. And he heads to the back of the cave.
I follow.
All right. So, everyone wants to do a long rest?
Yes.
So, let me roll 1 terrifying dice. And then...
Damn it, Brad.
and then we will continue. So, is anyone doing anything in particular? Are you sleeping? Are you...
I would like to do something in particular, but
You're a bullshit alert bot that doesn't need sleep and stuff.
But I'm not talking about that. But I want to ready in action.
You can't really do it out of combat, but go on. What do you want to do?
All right. I wanted to make her trap a super success because I can't be surprised, and I know that. So I'm gonna stay awake, and then if something happens, I'm gonna have I'll use mold earth, and I'll just have like the rocks come down and block us in.
That doesn't sound like a...
I can move it again. I
Yeah.
can just mold earth again,
Okay.
but at least it'll keep us safe.
Yeah. What are you doing then? What are you doing in here? Because you're always awake. What do you think you're doing? Well, the other 4 are sleeping. Just like...
Oh, I'm probably keeping an eye out because he seemed pretty nervous. So I will stay pretty alert and just kind of look at the chimes and think about my kids.
Yeah. The midday sun eventually hits its apex and then begins to sink again, and I think even inside this cave it gets just sort of borderline unbearably hot. The outside of the cave is probably about 30 feet away from you if you're at the back of the cave. It's not a very deep cave necessarily. And I think you would hear a tapping noise. Like that. And then it stops. And then a few seconds later, it
Does it sound like it's getting closer?
Give me a perception check.
Oh my god. Oh, I hate it. 5.
No. It sounds like it was just out there and then gone again.
Okay.
Then what do you think you do? Then what do you think you do?
Well, if it's just there and gone again, I'm probably just like, I take a moment where I strain and I listen, but I'm an old woman and my hearing's not the greatest, so I don't hear anything after a second. And I just think, well, that was odd. I guess it's not here. Oh, thank goodness. And then I just lean back up against the cave again and look at the wind chimes and think of my kids some more.
Yeah, you're looking at the wind chimes, and then and then that like tapping noise. You realize it's not that it stopped; it just slowed down so much that you couldn't really hear it. It was just like every now and then it's like a, and then a, and then a, and then you see this really strange thing probably at first as you see this kind of lobster claw appear. Kind of hovering slowly and steadily into your view. It stops for a moment. You see it kind of tap on the rock on the edge of the cave, and then it walks in front of where the cave entrance is, and you can see this just huge, like the size of a horse, scorpion, orange with a thick kind of yellowy orange carapace, and then. You also see that on its underbelly there are smaller scorpions, and they're kind of crawling up and down, and they run along the top of it every now and then. As it's moving around, you can see that the thing, it doesn't seem to be aware that you're here. It looks like it's walking past for a moment. What do you think you do?
Oh, I 100% need to think for a second. I'm doing subtle spell, so I'm going to use a sorcery point for this, so that I don't make a sound when I cast the spell, because normally I do make a sound. And I have to move. And I'm going to cast darkness.
Okay. On yourself or on the area of the cave?
Like before us, so that it's dark and they can't see us. I would just want to make like a wall of darkness before us.
Yeah. You, I think you do that.
Okay.
Can you see through it?
I can.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's part of my bullshit.
Yeah. You see this thing move and turn slowly towards you, and then begin to just slowly walk into the cave.
No!
It doesn't seem to be bothered or at all gives a shit about the thing. It's one of its legs hits the rope, and the jingling begins. Ding 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 ding.
I shoot up.
Marwood bolts upward.
Shoot up.
You automatically shoot upwards.
I grab my bow and everything, and I'm ready.
Marwood's there with a gun in his hand.
Is it breakfast already?
All right, then roll initiative.
Oh, Bobo!
I'm going to put you over here onto this map. If you imagine the edge of the map here is the back of the cave.
Oh, God.
There's no way out. The cave is
real-
above you about 15 feet. And everyone click on your characters, roll me some initiative. And what was your thing here?
So real quick, where was this in our rest? Did we get a full rest out of this?
You've not had a full rest yet. No, it's been about 3 hours.
Okay, so half rest? I think we were full anyway because we didn't have an encounter last time, did we? Did we? Sorry, I
You
can't
can have a
remember.
short rest. If anyone hasn't got any HP, you can do a hit dice now. Yeah, or
Yeah.
as many
I'm
hit
gonna
dice
do
as you
that.
want.
Because we did have that encounter before we got a chance to
Yeah, yeah.
rest, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No
I'm
problem.
gonna be cranky.
Roll any hit dice you want to roll.
Okay.
What are we rolling hit dice for?
If you lost any HP,
Oh, okay.
you
Nice.
can roll hit dice to regain some HP, but I think you're good, so. I think it's
Mostly
just
for
alright.
me.
Yeah.
I have a question though. Can we get advantage because we heard the chime?
you,
Like, why did I
you-
even set it up if it's
yeah,
not gonna
you,
work?
Marwood, and Suna have surprise. Bo and Aura don't. Bo activate, like, literally, the reason I didn't roll initiative as soon as it hit the chimes was to see what you all wanted to do in that time. Bo just blew most of the point of you having the trap, which is fair enough. That's what Bo's for,
I didn't
right?
know it was a trap. I thought it was the breakfast bells ringing.
So surprise means you basically will get a free round before the Scorpions go. And who am I missing? Bo. Did you roll, Bo? Let's see, what do you have?
Yeah, I got a 19.
19, nice. Okay. So, essentially you guys wake up. Suna, then Ellie. Oh, I need Marwood on there as well. You will all get to go in turn first. So as you guys wake up, like, you grab your things. However, Suna, do you drop the spell? The darkness spell?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay, so wait. I need to know as a what is happening here. Like, Bo wakes up and is like, is that dinner? And it's the oh shit, we're fucked moment, right? Like, we all know we're screwed and the scorpion has hurt us. Like, I can hear it reacting.
Yeah, it looks like it sees you all moving.
Well, and as soon as like it rang the chimes, we all shot up. So
Then yes, I drop it
Okay.
because you can't see it to attack it.
Right.
So yeah, I drop it.
Okay. So the thing is, like, it's like hitting the rope and the chime is going crazy. But you three are ready to go, basically. So Sooner you're first in the turn order, you get a surprise round. Basically, you get a round ahead of everyone else. What do you want to do?
I am going to use my mold earth. And it's the portion of dirt or stone that I can see within range. And I can manipulate it in one of the following ways. It's loose earth that I can instantaneously excavate and move it along the ground. I want to do that. I want to make sound on the wall.
Okay. Mark where you want it to be making noise.
Here. Oh, how do I do that? Here?
Point or whatever with the thing. Oh, there.
I did
okay.
with the marker. Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
So on the
Hopefully this will work.
Yeah, I think the chime thing starts going crazy, which causes the big scorpion to react. You see a lot of the smaller scorpions drop off of the underside of it, and then Bo says, or whatever Bo said, and the scorpion starts to move a little quicker into the cave. Immediately, it turns to its right and starts moving to the wall closest to it because it's a little closer. It starts heading very quickly towards that side. It looks like it's distracted right now and moving towards the cave entrance that's below it. Yeah, it's moving. Okay. Obviously, it can't move now, but it looks like it's moving in this direction at this point. Then...
Okay, so just so that we're clear, that will last an hour, that sound. The movement of it, like, on the thing.
Okay.
So hopefully...
Marwood fires a revolver. I'm sorry.
Wow.
And he misses. He fires. You just hear this. It's a deafening sound
Oh my God.
in this cave. Everyone give me a Constitution save.
What are we saving?
Constitution. You've gone quiet as well. I don't know what happened. The mic has quietened up again.
That's a 6 for me.
6 for you, which is the only fail. You are deaf for for a little while here. In fact, you are deaf for 6 rounds.
All right.
It's just this gunshot goes off like probably right next to you.
Like right next to my ear.
He wakes up and just goes bang, and then
As
it's
he does,
just
I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
yeah. And he
can't even hear
he
anything.
misses and says, I told you. Look, I said what it was.
Yeah, and we heard it, but now I can't. Not what? She can't hear. Are you stupid?
He's like
Fucking warriors.
You don't know that yet.
like flicking his revolver open and like loading bullets into it, and he because he's missed, he throws it on the ground and says, fuck it, and pulls out his sword. And he doesn't run straight out of the cave yet, but he looks like he's gonna. In fact, he will probably Marwood would move forward a little. He's not gonna run all the way up. Come on then, you big bastard. And then Ellie, it's your turn.
I aim right. I take out a fire arrow actually, and I aim right at the big scorpion.
Okay, yeah. Give me the attack roll, which is a 24.
Nice.
You get your
And sneak
assassinate
attack twice too, right?
bullshit. I think you get something else if you have advantage.
It's assassinate
surprise,
because I'm
right?
attacking first.
Any hit you score against the creature that is surprised is a critical hit. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So this is this is everything. This is the ultimate power shot. So let's see here. So you hit first of all on a 24. You have advantage because of assassinate. You get double dams. So you get 20, 30, and it was a fire arrow, which what did I say they do? I think it's on your sheet. Hang on, I'm gonna be in there. Fire arrows immediately sets to light any highly flammable materials and impact. Does a normal attack damage from the base weapon plus an extra 1d8. So roll me a d8 fire damage to the target.
Holy.
It also does 1 fire damage until an action or bonus action is spent to remove it. So I'm going to say 1 fire damage on the creature's turn. So it does 1 extra fire damage when it gets to the creature's turn. So you remind me of that if I don't say it. So
I got really confused for a second. I was like, where'd my stuff go?
you
And
just dealt
then I'm gonna try
35
and
damage.
disappear. Oh.
You just dealt 35 damage in 1 round, of course.
And then I'm just gone.
What does this look like?
not there
Because I
anymore.
mean, it's
Yeah, I wanna hear
unbelievable.
this.
Like this thing, you've basically almost killed it. Really, it's you obliterate this thing somehow. It's a big horse-sized scorpion. It's kind of like scuffling around at the entrance of the cave, and then you fire off this arrow. It's pretty dark in the cave, and then it lights up on impact. What does everyone else see as you fire this thing that almost kills it?
I feel like what happened is I was in the middle of a sleep. I was having a super intense dream, man, where I was chasing this guy down. It was an old story. Don't even talk about it. And all of a sudden I hear the noise and it reminds me of like something that actually happened. And I just, as I'm like getting up and worried, that's when he fires the shot, Marwood does. And I just bring back my bow, and I didn't even maybe realize I was using a fire arrow, but I did.
Yeah.
And just let it loose. Like, yeah. Kind of like reliving that moment in the dream, and then you just see it light on fire.
Yeah, and it's
And then I just like get up and I'm like
shot.
gone.
The arrow is
Yeah.
gone as well. Like the arrow burrows so deeply into whatever portion of soft flesh you find on this scorpion that the whole thing just goes into this creature. And then there's a part of the chitin at the top of the carapace of this thing that kind of just ignites. And then this thing is like there's fire inside the scorpion, and I think it lets out like a terrible screech that I won't attempt to copy that echoes through the cave. And
Go on, go ahead. I'm just kidding.
it's like a pig squeal, and then that brings us to Suna. Again, your turn. Now we're in the official turn order. So remember, a surprise round is that you kind of get a free round, and now we're in the official turn order, and everyone is now waking up and jumping up.
Okay. And I can't hear anything, but I see this scorpion like erupt in flames, right?
Yeah, it's not like fully erupted in flames or anything, but you see it kind of like freaking out. It already
Okay.
looks slower as it's moving around.
I will actually ready an action.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to ready levitate. if it gets close to Aura or Marwood. Like
Right.
if it crosses a certain threshold, like if it gets too close to us, then I want to levitate it.
All right. Bo, brings us to you. What are you doing?
Alright, so I quickly turned to face the giant scorpion, giving it an intense glare. Trying to avoid eye contact though with its devil spawn, God, those things give me the heebie-jeebies. And cast blindness on the big bad mama.
Okay. I need to figure out how that works. Because I'm not sure
Ooh.
what the rules
Blind
are.
or deafen.
Yeah, you have to pick. So if you're picking blind, then that's what it is. It has blind sight, so I wonder if does it have
Just
to be?
wondering
Oh, no,
that.
I guess it has to be immune to the condition, actually. So probably, yeah, it probably does work. I'll say it does. Yeah. Okay. The creature's eyes and area around its face are covered in like a black inky area, and it seems to start to thrash wildly around, just kind of moving around in circles. However, underneath of it, a load of little scorpions fall off of it and start to rush into the cave towards where you are. I am going to make a roll for the scorpion. That is a perception with disadvantage. It's got a load of shit going on. 3. I think it rushes towards the area over here where the rumbling is going on. It kind of just wildly thrashes out, and you see it just rush over to the area where that mold earth thing is going on, and it just 2 pincers wrecking this part of the wall. You see its tail lash out really quickly, kind of strike at the wall, but it's just kind of going wild in the corner, and that brings us to Aura's turn.
I immediately pull out my longbow and I just draw an arrow back and I'm shooting it at the big scorpion.
All right, give me that attack roll.
Fingers crossed for you, Aura.
15 to hit.
Yes.
6 damage. Arrow launches towards this scorpion. It's heavily armored, but you catch a piece of the armor. You see it break the chitin and then bury itself into the scorpion. It kind of whirls around again and kind of swipes at the air where the arrow hit it, but then continues to attack the wall, just confused and blinded. And anything else in your turn?
No, I'm just going to stay right here.
Sure. Marwood is going to attack the creature with his sword. Because he is going in. He's going in. That's what he does. 20 is a hit. 9 slashing damage. You see him just bury this sword into a big chunky side flank of this scorpion. He buries the sword in, and then the huge form kind of pulls the sword away from him, and he lets go. The sword buried into the side of this scorpion. It turns and whirls on him. He ducks as a pincer flies over his head, and he says, "Okay, I'm unarmed." And that brings us to your turn, Ellie.
When does it do fire damage? Does it do it on my turn?
I did it on its turn.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. I'll take 1 off. It's dealing 1 fire damage on the beginning of its turn every turn.
Okay. Has the scorpion gone yet?
It
This
has.
is the baby scorpions, right?
Baby
Okay,
scorpions are
that's
like
the ones
rushing
after
into
me.
the cave. Yeah.
Oh, I got a 10. I didn't do so well that time.
You fire an arrow at the big scorpion, yeah?
I feel like, yeah, I fired an arrow at the big scorpion, but that's when Marwood ran in, and I was like, oh shit! And
Yeah.
I pulled up at the last second.
And
I was
the
like,
arrow,
oh, come on, man.
yeah, it launches
Really?
out of
You
the
have a bow?
cave and vanishes into the
Yeah.
distance. As all of these little scorpions rush in, and you hide again, yeah. All right. Everyone gets a scorpion. You get a scorpion. You get a scorpion. You get a scorpion. You get a scorpion. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Because she's hiding, Ellie doesn't get one. 1, 2, 3. Suna, you get another scorpion. You're welcome. All right, so attack rolls for the little scorpions as they each try and sting you. Marwood, Aura, Bo, and then Suna for the last 2. So what are your ACs?
Not for me. Mine's 17 with mage armor.
17?
Mine's 15.
Yeah.
Yours is 15, which was
Yep.
the 13. So I think they all miss, apart from Marwood, who gets stung. He like steps backwards, and then there is a sting on Marwood, and he is going to take. Let me give him. He needs a con save. Wow, natural 20. So he takes 4 damage in total, and probably says something in a language that he probably says something that we can't repeat on Twitch. As this little thing, just this little tiny stinger comes up and catches him in the ankle. And that brings us to you, Suna.
Okay. I am going to... Do I need something for this spell? No, I don't. Okay. I'm just going to, when I see these scorpions come up, I just push out my staff and I cast Acid Splash at them because they're within 5 feet of each other, correct?
Yeah. And
So they need to roll dexterity save.
2 dex save. A 1 and a 4.
Shit.
And what does it do? It deals 5 damage.
It does 5 acid damage.
Yeah, how do you kill
and
them
then
both?
let me read the rest of it.
Yeah, they're both dead.
Oh, amazing.
What does it do? Melt them?
Yeah,
Like alien acid?
they probably just start crumbling in upon themselves as they melt away.
Yeah, and
And they're
pop.
probably like doing their little mini pig squeals.
Yeah,
they,
okay.
like-
Yeah. In the corner of the cave, there's an acid splash, and 2 of these little scorpions vanish. They just get melted. Oh, there's one in front of you that's running at you. What do you want to do?
I summon my little tiny mage hand. I pick it up and I throw it away.
All right, give me
Get away from me, you nasty thing.
give me an athletics check. You've got to beat a 16. That is a natural 20 minus 4. 12. Your mage hand comes down and lifts it up, and it jumps.
No.
It wriggles out of the mage hand and lands on your head.
No.
You have a bonus action. I don't know if you have anything you can do in a bonus action.
No, I don't think any of my. No.
All right, I'm
I
going to
can't
roll just a passive stealth check to see if it can hide in your
Oh,
hair.
come on.
In fact, I'll
I've
roll
already
it
lost
on the
my
screen.
butt.
A 12. If you want to try and find it, anyone, you have to roll a perception check and beat a 12. It vanishes
okay.
into the considerable amount of hair on Bo. Bo, you can feel it like moving around in your hair, and it's awful.
Someone get it off me!
Giant Scorpion
don't get it off me! Ah!
is going to roll a wisdom check to try and find Marwood, which he does. And Marwood is going to get mash up. Let's see. 2 claw attacks. A 17 is a hit. And Marwood, you see like Marwood kind of react to the little one, and then a claw comes around and grabs Marwood. He needs to roll a strength check. It's fun being all the characters. Oh, that's a fail. And Marwood is there. This giant scorpion claw grabs him and then lifts him up in the air. Kill it! And it begins to crush him. And that's going to deal some damage to you, young Marwood. I can do maths. Yep. Okay. Bringing us to you, Aura.
Okay, so is he's just being held up by like pinchers?
Yeah,
right
like
now?
any second now, it's going to like cut him in half.
Okay, I'm going to Hunter's Mark the giant scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna pull back the bow and I'm gonna shoot at the scorpion again.
Give me the attack roll. Don't roll a natural 1, I was about to say. Okay. Roll me the damage.
Okay. 8.
8 piercing damage to Marwood. You fire an arrow into Marwood. Oh, no. There is a boom, and the arrow flies true. It looks like it's going to hit the scorpion, but it's flinging Marwood around, and he's kind of struggling in its arms. The arrow, boom, straight in his back. Ah!
I'm so sorry, Marwood.
He coughs out some blood as this thing crushes him a little more. Is at the end of your turn.
Can I? Oh,
Sundays don't like you very much, do they?
no, I don't. Oh God, no. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna. I'm mortified, so I'm just gonna stand there and watch him take an arrow to his side from
It's
me.
awful. Yeah, he's got an arrow in his side. At the beginning of the spider's turn, it takes 1 fire damage and dies. It just ignites, and the fire kind of spreads up like underneath through its flesh to the point where you see it kind of like stumble left and then lets go of Marwood. Marwood falls to the ground, rolls over a couple of times, and then the creature stumbles left, kind of has this like sort of odd like hemorrhage from just internal damage, and falls crumbling to one side awkwardly. Dead. Congratulations, Ellie. Oh, I wonder if... Yeah, it does. Ellie.
Hi.
There's another odd sensation, I think, as everything is going on around you. When you see this thing kind of hemorrhage and fall to one side, as it hits the ground, there is this odd sensation that happens with you where you feel strange again. There is a rush of air that rushes out from this scorpion, and it buffets you personally. The mark on your hand burns again, briefly for a second, and you see that inky splodge is a little bigger, maybe only like a centimeter larger than it was before. Also, on your sheet, you have an extra thing. I don't know if you noticed it.
Okay.
Next to your arrows. Knock that from a 1 to a 2. Every time you kill a creature, add 1 to the curse. Do you see it on your sheet? On the right-hand side column.
Next to my arrows.
Where you've got your amount of arrows you've got, the total.
Yeah.
Underneath your floors, above Fey Ancestry, you have a thing called curse now.
Oh gosh.
Every time you kill a
Okay.
creature, just add 1 to that, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Brings us to Marwood, who will pick up his sword, run over at this little scorpion, and stab it. Little bastards! And then he starts to like tend to his back as he turns around to try and see what the hell is sticking out of him. There's one of your arrows in there. It's got like aura written like into the side of the arrow, you know? Like this is Aura's arrow. My first arrow, Aura. Cool. Bringing this to your turn, Ellie. After this rush of odd sensation hits you, that burning sensation in your hand, there's still, scorpions running around.
I want to do a perception check on Bobo.
Yeah, try and find a scorpion. Go for it. 14. You see it. It pops out and runs over the back of his neck.
Oh!
I'm going to take my dagger and try to stab the motherfucker.
All right. Give me the attack roll.
Get it off me!
Don't roll a natural 1. Oh.
I mean, don't get it off me!
Yeah, you, Bo, I think you feel
It's
like...
a poison dagger too, by the way, but yeah.
It has 1 HP. You just have to hit it.
Oh, okay.
You, Bo, I think you probably feel like a quick sensation as there's a... And on the edge of this dagger, you see Ellie standing there and the scorpion wriggling and then falls dead.
Yeah.
As you kill that one.
I put the scorpion in my pack.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm not grateful, Ellie. No, thank you.
Yeah, fuck you too, Bo.
The other scorpion is going to try and sting you, Aura, because you're having a great day. Natural 20 on the scorpion. Why? I swear to God, I haven't paid off roll 20 or something to I don't know why. Okay.
Be in my campaign, Katie. It'll be fun.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. There's something weird. happening where you just get absolutely obliterated every week by everything that happens. Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. You got to beat a 9.
No.
I don't want to, Brad.
I'm sorry. That is a 1.
my
What
God.
the fuck, dude?
Am I cursed? Is this all the karma in my life? Is this game?
I think it is, yeah. Come on, this isn't even just me.
No, it's just random, Katie. It's not karma.
It's karma. Whatever you did, dude. I always thought you were like a
Whatever I
nice
did.
person, you know, but I'm like, she's got some
I'm a
bodies.
monster.
Bodies under the floorboards. All right, you take 12 damage.
12 damage?
13 damage. And you don't have any resistances, right?
I have fire resistance.
Yep. Okay, poison. So yeah, you take a full 12 damage from the scorpion. And this scorpion, I think,
Cool.
just runs up your leg, and then you just feel a horrible sting in your calf as this thing is running up your leg right now.
Sweet.
And it stings you.
We're cursed in the game, and you're cursed out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it is. Suna,
Okay.
it's your turn. One scorpion left that you can see running around on Aura.
Okay. I will try to. Oh boy. The only person who is also not good at rolling in this game other than KVP is me. But I'm still, Suna doesn't know that. So I'm going to try to definitely do Ray of Frost on the scorpion that's on her.
Okay, is that an attack roll?
Yes.
Yeah. Give it. 15 is a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does it look? You get to kill this thing.
My hand actually, because this is different and I haven't cast this one before. So I just reach my hand out and my whole hand, it looks like it gets covered in ice. And then nothing else happens for a second. And then suddenly the scorpion is covered in ice and freezes. And then it just like its limbs start falling off as I cast the spell.
Nice. And yeah, I think you killed the thing. You kill it. Good job. There's a moment where you guys probably check around for more little scorpions running about you. I think Ellie,
Yeah.
you.
I try to collect my arrows, my 3 arrows.
All right, give me a survival check.
I guess it would be 2 because one was a fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and survival check. 19.
Yeah, you find them both.
Okay.
When you throw that scorpion in the bag, there is another sensation. You get another feeling. So it's this small little tuft of air hits you from the direction in which the scorpion is. Your hand burns and itches for a moment, and the little inky tattoo that looks like an ink splotch or someone's dropped a little vial of ink on your hand grows a little larger again. And then you probably wander out and find your stuff.
I find my arrows, then I go up to Marwood and I start to assess the damage on him while everyone collects themselves.
He is in a confused state. He's partially... who shot the arrow into me? What did I say, There is
Is everyone all right?
scorpion. No, I'm not alright. I have an arrow in
Are you okay? Speak up!
I don't feel good.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry I shot you, Marwood.
It was you? Oh,
Yeah, it was me.
Like,
why you don't
Oh.
use your
Medicine
sword
check on-
next time, okay?
Is it okay?
Okay.
God, your mouths are moving, but I can't hear anything. I think I've lost my hearing.
Oh.
I feel like I'm the only one that I'm like, I should just leave. I should just go right now. Everything's going wrong. I'm just don't know what's. I should just, I just want to leave. Marwood, you're gonna make it. Stop moving. You got an arrow in your back.
Yes, I know. I can feel it. Is it deep?
Yeah, good.
Am I going to
Stop moving.
die?
If I could just have it
I don't
back
know,
when
are
you're
you?
done.
Be honest.
Shit. Can I do a medicine on Marwood to try to get the arrow out
Yeah.
safely? Can I use my travel advantage on this?
No. It's not really an advantage that you can use in this thing.
Oh, shit.
I'm doing mine on Aura
5.
run over to Aura and I try to.
You just rip this thing out of him.
I just fucking rip it out like, just stop being a
There's just loads of blood. It's like deep red, you know, that like horrible
I'm gonna try
arterial
and, like,
blood.
put pressure on it.
Okay, it's bad, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh yeah, you're fucked up, man.
I don't have any
come on,
family.
you're in-
Just bury me here with the scorpion. Oh, I should have found it.
Can I do? Is there any way I could like check to see just how close he is? Like if he's on the brink?
On a 5, you assume that he's going to be dead within seconds. You've killed a lot of people, and when they bleed this kind of blood, they're usually bleeding out for a few minutes before they pass out or die.
I'm gonna take my hand off and stop clogging the blood on purpose.
He like rolls onto his side and says, "Okay, right. I will. I'm going to. I have a plan." He passes out.
Oh, can I just run over and
cure
cure wounds on them?
Yes, demon that has unmuted herself in Zoom and.
Sorry, that was a habit. Force of habit. I'm sorry. Can I use my cure wounds on him?
Yeah, you can. Are you so? Sooner, what do you do to Aura for while Marwood is being murdered by Ellie in the corner?
With that 21, I'm assuming that I can do it fairly well. Fix her poison. She's poisoned, right?
She's poisoned, but she's not poisoned. She doesn't have a poison status. She just took poison damage. So here's another confusing thing for newbies. There is poison, the condition, like a status, which gives you disadvantage on basically everything when you're poisoned. And then there's poison damage, which is just extra damage. That's all it is. If you get poison damage, it doesn't necessarily mean you get the poison status. So it's a little bit of a confusing thing, but just so you're aware, if you take poison damage, you're not instantly poisoned. Though a lot of the time they do cross over.
So for roleplay sake, then, I will actually run over to your wound. Where did it hit you? The scorpion. It like crawled up your leg,
It was
right?
on a calf.
It crawled. Yeah, it was my calf.
Yeah, okay. So I immediately like get down onto the ground and I actually put my mouth around your wound and I suck the poison out and then I spit it into the sand.
Okay, that's new. I'm probably wobbly and just thank you, Suda, and then I'm gonna stumble over to Marwood and probably fall and just put my hand on him to try to use my cure wounds.
All right, yeah, give me the cure wounds.
I follow Aura, seeing as she's not looking too hot. And I cast Cure Wounds with my words of encouragement. You don't got this. And I put a hand on her shoulder, and she then feels the rush of goodness, and as her wounds start to heal up.
Nice. And
You're not welcome.
You can roll me cure wounds.
Thank you, Bo.
Give me cure wounds each of
10?
you. All right, Aura, you take 10.
Okay.
And Aura, you deal 3 healing damage. You do see that the wound on Marwood's back closes a little. It stops rushing with like thick, like deep purplish blood. But he remains like unconscious, kind of just splayed out in the opening of the cave next to this scorpion corpse.
I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna walk over to the scorpion, and I'm gonna try and cut off a part of the shell that was on fire.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
And I want to use it to close the wound while it's still hot.
All right, yeah. Give me another survival check. I think you're all doing some real Bear Grylls shit out here.
21.
20, yeah, you do exactly what you want to do perfectly. You whip off a piece of the shell that's like glowing hot, still a little on fire. Bring it over to where Marwood is, and then press it to his back, and cauterize the wound a little. And he kind of like grumbles in like an unconscious way, and it looks like the wound is closed. Any interior bleeding and things, not too sure, but Aura did cast a healing spell on him. Do you want to move him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move him back into the cave and out of I'm assuming the heat because it's the day. So.
Yeah. It's pretty hot. It's like not too long after midday, so it's like the worst possible time. I think you probably move him into the cave. You guys make him look kind of comfortable. He's kind of just laid out and awkwardly. Grab his things.
I remove his robes.
All of them?
'Cause I want to get... That sounds so lewd. I'm sorry. I remove his robes. Yeah, all of them. And I want to get a good look at... I'm going to get Suna to come over when she's done with Aura, and I'm saying we need to do something about this. We can't.
I'm sorry,
we can't
what?
lose him.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
Just-
does anyone know sign language? I don't.
I mean,
Hey, I
yes.
and I point directly to where the wound is now that he has it. He doesn't have his robes on.
Okay.
And
Okay.
just-
Sure. No problem.
What are you gonna do to him?
With a 12, I'm not sure.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't
gonna
know.
try to help.
Well, you might have
Yeah, I'm gonna
misinterpreted
try to
that and
do 8.
killed him. I don't know with you lot. You-
Gonna kill
I
him.
take a knife out and stab him in the eyes. Okay.
I'm not Rin.
12 medicine check. You look him over. It looks like he is stable. He
Okay.
doesn't look like he's dying. It's possible he has some sort of like horrific internal bleed, which will kill him eventually.
Okay.
But you, at your best guess, would say that he seems fine. He now doesn't have these robes on. As you take them off, they're like wraps. Like they really are. There's elements. There's like small inner
Don't
linings.
I know though that we're not supposed to remove those? Like he.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
know,
mean,
but
you
I might try to
probably
stop you.
probably do know. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you would know really. Sandwalkers almost never take them off.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm doing it for
I'll let you do it.
medical reasons.
Yep.
You take
Okay.
them off. You find like an inner lining that allow for like an undershirt so that they fit on his body and stuff. But it's all a lot of wraps as well that seem to be tightly wrapped in a specific way. So it takes a little bit of a puzzle for a moment, and then you take them off, and they're exceptionally heavy. They're way heavier than I think you would expect. And considering he moves very fast, it also seems very odd. And underneath, again, he's a pretty big dude. He's very muscular and he's quite large. He looks like he probably weighs a decent amount. And he's quite ripped. He looks like he eats well, and he's obviously does a lot of travel. So he's quite muscular, and the heavy clothes plus him being kind of a heavy dude. As you take these robes off, you notice that there are sections that are heavier, where he's got these pouches that you've seen hanging off of him. He always goes into them and pulls things out constantly. Doesn't seem to carry a big bag.
Can
And
I
his
do,
body
like,
is laced with
investigation
scars
on
as
it?
well. He's got lots of wounds on him. He's got like what looks like
Yeah.
long scars, little puncture wounds and things all over him. And you want to do what?
If they're gonna like tend to each other, I want to step to the side kind of and try them on.
All right. You.
I want to try them because I'm fascinated now. They're heavy, but they're like they look like sheets. Like
Right. Yeah. Give me a stealth check, because you're gonna run off and hide and stick them on.
yeah,
Put them
I'm
on.
just try and not be noticed. 12.
All right. Anyone looking to see what the hell she's doing? Some weird. She does like a
I'm
shifty
right
sidestep.
next to Marwood, and I'm trying to like set him up with a wet, damp cloth and stuff. So if she's
Oh, I'm
visible to
watching
me,
every
I will
moment of
notice.
this.
I'm watching every moment.
Yeah, and Ellie just starts to put on these clothes. Ellie, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
A 9.
At least I do decent in attacking.
I probably can't hear you actually.
You like
I'm
try and put
probably
them on.
focused-
He's way bigger than you. And you put them on. They kind of fit over you, and then you just start wrapping them. I think kind of randomly.
Yeah.
And you don't connect all of the things that you need to connect to activate the magic in the robes. And you just put them on, and it's just heavy. It is literally like wearing a wet bed sheet. It's just it's stupidly heavy and awkward, and you're immediately like you have disadvantage on anything that requires dexterity now with them on.
Yeah, I take them off. I'm like, God, I gotta figure this shit out. I know there's something about this. I gotta figure, and I put them in my pack.
All right, you steal his clothes, of course.
Well, I mean, I
yeah.
steal them for now. Thank you.
Well, you guys could all just leave the cave, you know, and he's unconscious, and you can keep them forever if you want.
Hey, I'm not the one that shot him, so I was planning on it though. What? No one knows that.
If he dies, to be fair, you will get a +1 curse because you did the last bit of damage to him. So it will count as your kill.
I did?
You'll be pleased. Yeah, you whipped the arrow out of him at an awkward, jagged angle and caused
No!
and caused the internal bleed, which is currently killing him. Maybe, who knows? We'll find out after the break.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go to a short break here, and when we come back, we'll
I'm gonna
carry
become
on.
Dean Winchester in Supernatural, where I just go on a killing.
You're
rampage.
literally got the mark of Cain right now. It's awful.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
You'll find out eventually, I'm sure. Hopefully it's not too late though. Yeah, we'll go to a short break. Thanks for watching, everybody. We got any announcements, PP?
Not that I know
None.
of right
All right.
this second.
Everyone go get yourself a nice goblet
other than
of blood.
witchcraft and wizardry, which starts at the end of this month. And Tuesday in the old Darkfire time slot.
The old Darkfire time slot, the accursed time slot. Actually, it's not accursed. Thursdays is the accursed time slot, unless your name's KPP, in which case it's Sundays. All right, we're going to go to a short break. Go get a goblet of blood, drink the entire thing, and return to us in 5 minutes. Peace. Welcome back, everyone, to Tablestory's Dying Order with your host, me. Alright, so do you guys want to attempt another long rest here in this cave?
Well, it would be another short rest to get us through, right? Because this attack happened midway through.
Nope, if you get an attack, you all did stuff that reset your long
No.
rest.
I know. I mean, to get us through to nighttime, we wouldn't want to do a full long rest, would we?
Well, a long rest is 8 hours. We'll say it's 1 in the afternoon. So it'll take you around to like 9 p.m. So that'll
Okay,
be
that's
like when
not
the
too
sun
bad.
sets. So you can
Then
still
yeah.
do it.
I think we should do that then.
Yeah?
I'm staying up.
It's that you don't need to sleep if you don't want to. You need to eat
I'm gonna
though.
stay up, but I wanna take a moment after everyone else, if everyone else falls asleep or not, and I'm gonna try and do we even have a fire in here? We just
No,
chilling.
no
It's
way.
too
No.
hot.
You would
Probably
need
not.
one.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna sit there in the dark then of the back of the cave, and I'm just gonna I'm rubbing the mark that's like on my hand, and I know it's visibly gotten bigger, and I know that it was after I killed anything, and I want to try and see if I can start to put together the pieces.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
A 6.
You gotta be
Um,
fucking kidding me. Come
I think you're just unsure. Maybe you just have no real expertise in this area, or maybe it's just too weird at the moment.
I think it.
Clearly, when
This
you're
is what I
killing
think it would
things,
be.
it's doing something, but I don't think you know anything more than you can probably ascertain right now necessarily. You probably assume that
I don't know what it is. I just know every time something
Well,
dies.
Suna did tell you were cursed.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, I
assume
do
it
know
was
I'm
a
cursed.
curse of
Yep.
some sort, but I don't think you pretty much know nothing more. Probably can't work out anymore. Oh, I'm not going to give you any more information about what's going on with
Okay.
you right now.
I would say that I'm probably just way too hungry now. I'm just so hungry. I'm gonna take out a ration and even eat it. I'm just so hungry.
Yeah, you probably need to mark off 2 rations for today. Everyone else mark off a ration
Okay.
and a water skin.
Can we eat these scorpions or no?
Fried scorpion, let's
I
go.
don't know if I would know that, if we can do that or not. Because I know they're poisonous, but sometimes when you cook a creature.
The little ones
Here.
no, but the big one, yes.
Okay.
You can give me a survival check to
Okay.
try and knife it up, cut up some scorpion sashimi.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Suna
23.
is like cutting bits off this,
She
and
like pushes me out of the way.
you're like breaking off a
outta
leg, and you're like, "What about this?" She's like, "No, that's poison." And then like she's finding, and it probably takes you a decent amount of time sooner as you're like breaking parts of it open, like a lobster, kind of just trying to find the very scarce
Cracking
bits
it
of flesh.
open
But
and
there
getting
are bits of flesh that you guys can eat today. So instead of you can return one of your rations, and essentially that's what you ate instead.
Okay.
However, Ellie, you still need to mark off one ration.
One. Okay.
Okay.
And then I guess well, let's have Suna roll me a perception check with advantage because Ellie's awake as well.
22.
22. Nothing happens. You guys are good for basically the entire 8 hours. Everyone gets all of their HP back. You get hit dice back, and any spell slots you can return. So you guys relax. Suna spends some time cutting bits off of this scorpion. Ellie, you're trying to work out what's going on with this curse. You maybe spend some time with the robes. Can't work out what the deal is with that. And
I'm kind of watching over Marwood too, just to like keep gauge of what's going on with him.
he seems like he's in a deep sleep, but he doesn't seem like anything. Like there doesn't seem like any change. I think you all kind of realize that he seems to be okay. Like he's stable.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be dying. And I think probably maybe an hour before the full long rest is over, he maybe stirs and like wakes up. Kind of like moving, and he kind of groggily puts a hand to his side and
Oh, you're up. I left some scorpion over there to your left.
And was there any reason that you took off all of my clothing?
I didn't do that. She did.
Yeah, I did. I just really wanted to see your body, man. What can I say? And I like look him once up and down. And
Okay. And can I get my clothing back now?
yeah, sure, man. Whatever. I roll my eyes and I open my pack and I throw them at him and I'm like, you really shouldn't run up to something with giant claws, you know. You could die. Like you almost did. You're welcome, by the way.
Well, I think it was the arrow in my back that really did most of the damage to me.
Oh yeah, it wasn't the giant claw around your body?
well, that didn't help either. And he kind of like winces. He touches a bruise. There's like a weird claw-shaped bruise around his midriff.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna leave a scar, but you seem to already have a lot of those, so
Well, I was
probably not a
trying
big
to
deal.
stab it in the eyes. Just a little, I missed. There was a little scorpion. It sting me in the ankle, that's all. I had it handled. It would have been fine.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell you had it handled. You look great.
Yes,
Just go back to sitting.
as you said.
And he
Ellie,
starts getting changed.
Huh?
before you sit down, do you think I could get your help with something?
Sure.
It's just
Yeah, what's...
those wind chimes actually mean a lot to me, and if you could get them back down, I mean, I'm not tall enough, and I'm certainly not strong enough to, climb up a wall.
Yeah. I'll get him down.
Yeah,
Do I
give me
have to do
another acrobatics.
acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay. I fucking fall. Okay.
Yeah, it's glorious. You just do the same thing. Ding, ding, ding. Grab the things, unhook it, come back
I
down.
Spider-Man my way up the wall.
Yeah, super Spider-Man style, and then you probably roll up the rope as well, and you can reclaim that.
Okay.
That's wonderful. That's very impressive, Ellie. Oh,
You said your daughter gave these to you, or
Yes.
did I mishear?
yeah, no, that's my daughter Mira. She made them when she was about 5.
Oh, okay. That's
Kind of why they look like that, but I think they're precious. and,
I don't
uh,
have a family, so I'm glad you do.
Oh, well, it's been a while since I've seen them, but they're all grown now. Mira's all grown. All my kids are grown. I have 3 kids. But before I go off rambling, because you know how I can get...
As she's like
how's your
rambling,
hand?
I touch her shoulder and try to guide her back into the cave, as we're because
Yeah.
so like yeah. This
Yeah.
is,
How's
I'm
your
listening.
hand?
Oh, how's my hand? Yeah, about that. I mean, it doesn't hurt. I feel great. I'm a little hungry,
May I see it again?
and I like hold it up, and I show her, and it's probably like half an inch bigger now or something.
Yeah.
It looks the same to me.
You need to adjust your eyes, old woman.
No, I mean, it's not like I know anything more about it, is what I meant.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I thought maybe I could sense something, but I sense nothing.
We really need to find that cleric soon.
And when did you say it appeared? Right when we
it's
reached
after
the
that
desert?
that God, what was it? A troll or whatever? I don't know. I've never seen
Yes.
one of those. I deal with people. I don't deal with monsters.
Well, it's all right. We'll get it looked after. Don't you worry.
Yeah, well, just don't let me kill anything.
What? Why not?
Nothing. And I walk away. I just walk with nothing. Never mind. I'm like babying it.
Marwood is like checking all of his pouches, and every now and then he glances over at you, and then
I didn't take your shit, okay? I just tried it on, and it's really heavy. Tell me how to wear one of those one day, please.
perhaps I will do that. Don't think
You
that
owe me. You owe us, sir.
Isn't right. What was my payment for this? Oh, that's right.
It was like 20 gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm doing it for free. So perhaps less of the you owe me, I owe you. Understand?
You already took 10 of my gold, man. You're gonna have to give it back.
Yeah, that was down payment.
Oh yeah, it was down payment.
Yeah.
We'll talk. You know what? We'll talk about this after.
Insurance.
I want some of those. I want to learn how to wear those. I need that. I would really like that. It'd be really nice. It would mean a lot to me.
Okay. Well, perhaps I will take you to fellow who made this for me, but I'm not going in there with you.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Okay, I will send you with a note.
Oh yeah, is your ex or something in there?
Well,
Scared?
perhaps, yes.
Okay. I thought you didn't get scared. It's all right. It's okay.
Oh,
we
I'm
all
not
have a
scared. I
fear of
just don't have
something,
to
right?
deal with this asshole, you know?
And I just like, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He gruffly like walks to the edge of the cave. Okay, time to leave, yes, chop chop? And then claps, it echoes around the cave. Hey old man, wake up, let's go. He's like kicking you in your flaccid butt cheek.
Yeah. Is it breakfast already?
You missed
Oh,
breakfast.
how are you doing?
It's dinner
Are
time.
Are you
I'm
feeling
not okay.
better?
I'm not feeling better.
That's all. You know, that's all right. It's okay to be scared. It's all right. It'll go away eventually.
I am scared.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
And I ruffle my brows at Suona, but just start packing up my things and go on my merry way.
Okay, Forest Walker, come on.
Yeah, I'm grabbing my stuff and putting it in a bag. I'm sorry about the arrow. I won't make eye contact with him.
Yeah, you're leading the way. You when you pull arrows out of pocket again, you stand away from me, yeah?
I was trying to save you.
Yeah, you are okay with sword, but you are terrible with bow.
But that's not true. There's been many times during our little walkabout here that I have saved your ass with my arrow. You ran up to a scorpion and got enclosed in the pincers, and you were waving all about, and I was trying to save you. I did not mean to shoot you.
I grab some popcorn and I start eating it.
I seem to remember a walker and a dwarf stuck in a sand pit, and a certain someone's arrow did help in that situation, Mr. Marwood.
I poke up.
I did not need your help then, okay? And you
right.
just
Oh, drama.
be sure. Just be sure when you let go. Be sure. In fact, he picks up his revolver. I trade you. You take this.
No, I think next time be sure you don't get caught by a giant scorpion.
Okay,
and
well,
I
it
storm
was
out of the cave.
little mistake, okay? Just one little mistake. And then he...
I walk up to him and I'm like, you know what? You could trade me, right? And I look at his robes. And I walk away.
Yeah, you would. You don't want these things, okay?
I do, actually. No.
Okay, well, not for today.
It is nice seeing you without them too, but really, I just
All
want
right,
them.
head in the game, everyone. Okay, we have a lot to do. He like stomps out as well.
I'm gonna
Ora, you
keep
lead
bugging
ahead.
Got it. And I like wave my hand.
You would keep her in front, and he heads towards the area where all the open sand was. He says, "Okay, today we have to head out back into the open sands. It's a long trek across sand, a little harder to navigate. I will have to use starlight, and well." I don't know exactly what is going to be waiting for us out there. It's a little different.
I can help. You know, if it gets too difficult, you just let me know.
Yeah, it's just that this really is the last bit, you know? Last little bit of journey, but also most difficult part. There is much out here. Many creatures
get to it.
hiding, things that fly, and there is even a thing that is invisible, and it follow you until you are not looking, not thinking, and then it gets you.
Oh,
know?
that sounds like my neighbor Toby. Little shit.
Sounds like Marwood.
Sounds like you. You hide in shadow.
No,
You do actually
I'm
hide in
saying
shadow.
like to get you. You know what? I will.
Yeah.
You better watch it. I
Yeah.
just turn around and walk away.
He says, really, we just keep walking. As long as we head east, you will find the big canyon. Once we get to Big Canyon, we just follow it, and we will be at Dreadtusk.
We're going on top of the canyon or
Oh no, we
through
have
the
to
canyon
go
or...
into the middle of the canyon. It's the biggest canyon you will ever see.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, not really. He's the most haunted place.
Haunted, you say?
Yeah, very haunted. You are
With
from
what?
here, no?
Yes.
You've been to Dead Rise?
No?
Dead Rise, dead city. Big dead city. At center, people live. Don't know why. On the outside, haunted, haunted, haunted. That place is, child's play, fun time, compared to this canyon. Don't like it. I'm not going into this place with you. I don't care if you think it's gate or you think it's spiritual retreat or whatever you're doing.
You don't care if it saves the world?
No. Not if I am possessed.
All right. Well, I guess you'll know if we fail. Everything will be over, and at least you'll have a couple of minutes of clarity.
Yeah, and that
Before the
damn
whole
road.
world explodes, you can be... I should have helped those ladies. And gent.
No. If world explode, I don't know about it. If world not explode, but I am possessed, and creature live inside me, controlling me, me monster. I don't want to do that. I trust you. You are all very good. She is good with bow, she is good with bow, he is called bow. You are old.
He is called.
I'm sure you can save the world. Okay, let's go. He struts out over the sands. He seems like kind of nervous, I think.
Oh boy.
Whereas
He
he's been
should be.
relatively confident up until this point. Travel tasks.
Yes.
Final one.
Oh no, I messed up.
Assuming you're all doing the same things again, the navigation is covered by...
Well, if
Oh.
if he doesn't really think that if it's just really open sand and we don't think there's any way we can find food, then I think I would offer to devote myself to scouting.
It's still possible for you to find food and water.
Okay.
It's just that
I'm
he
scouting.
doesn't like it. Yeah.
I'm pretty tuckered out, so I think I'll just go ahead and keep my eyes out for food, and Aura can maybe scout this time. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
All right.
I'm gonna I wanna use my travel die here since it's our last go up.
Yeah. You can keep the... Oh no, you can't. Go on. Yeah. Don't ignore me.
Oh.
19 and a 19 on your perception. Who else was doing perception checks? Give me perception checks. And then foragers give me survival checks.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My clean feed thing died. Anyway, okay.
Oh.
Um,
What were you
you
saying?
want a perception check?
You're scouting, yeah?
Yeah. No, I'm making sure there's no threats.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
scouting.
scout, yep. There's navigation, scouting, foraging. That's Lyris.
So I'm the only one foraging today,
Okay.
I think.
All right. So 10 is a fail on your forage. So you don't find anything while you're looking out. It really is just kind of a barren wasteland. As you guys head out into this openness, the sun sets and then darkness falls, and it's just a horrible pitch black. There's a couple of stars and there's an element of starlight, but it's still pretty much just pitch blackness all around you. And the familiar crunch underfoot of rocks and red rock gives way to just sand that begins to feel thicker and thicker, and very flat as well. Like it's just a very flat, windless desert that you start to head into. The sand dunes and stuff that were at the beginning of the journey that you found yourselves in when you first arrived seem to have given way to a really relatively flat wasteland. And you will just head out into this just expanse, this pure openness of sands. It's a silent evening. I think at first it's probably awkward and strange and a little unsettling to have such silence, and eventually maybe there's an element of peace to it, because it just seems like there's nothing out here. Like you probably get to the point where you're just convinced there's just nothing else here. Any little creatures that might be under the sands don't seem to want to wake up and come out, and you guys just head out and trudge and walk and walk and walk overnight. Is anyone doing anything on this part of the journey? Anything in particular while you guys are heading out?
I'm trying to help KPP with an audio issue, so you guys keep doing whatever it is you're doing.
I'm like standing. I'm following like a foot behind Bobo, and I'm just staring at him at the back of his head.
Well, I'm just, trying to make out if there's anything in the distance. Hopefully nothing scary.
And I'm just awkwardly walking like right behind him with my arms behind my head, like looking around every now and then staring right back at him. At one point, I walk up and I like kick the back of his foot.
Duh! I know you asked me! Well, are you okay?
Are you not okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna figure this out, man. I'm gonna figure this out. Something's up with you. You're not right, are you? Just confused.
Oh no, did you kill all of the clean feed? Switch to Zoom.
Sorry, I can just resend a thing real quick. Sorry.
PB's in charge of audio today, and she decided to kill
Really,
the audio.
Brad? You gonna do this to me?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. You're just getting new invites, everybody. Sorry.
I'm back in. It just reconnected me. The audio sounds better until the audio is gone. And then maybe it probably does sound better if you're just listening to me. When you're in, just say something so I know you're here.
Okay, we have everybody except for Brad.
Dying order. Bingo cards.
BB's repeating.
Am I back? There we are.
I don't think I am.
Oh no, maybe not.
All right, everyone in?
All right, we're good. Yep, everybody's here. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You're off the team. Don't come back next week. There is long evening, I think, of Ellie watching Bo from behind. Bo still has a rip in his pants, so his arse is hanging out the whole time. It gets colder and colder for you, Bo, the breeze.
Well, I was, before we got muted and I had no idea what's going on, I had walked up to him and I, like, looked to the side and I'm like, yeah, so, we just fought a scorpion, didn't we, man?
Well, I mean, I didn't do anything.
What was it, though? Was it a scorpion? It was a scorpion, right? A scorpion.
No. No?
And you did a lot of damage that fight, didn't you? You did a lot of damage.
Yes. And I just reluctantly just, like, I grab at my throat and I'm just shaking my head. Like,
And... okay. I just shake my head, like I just know something's wrong. And I'm still trying to figure it. Actually... I put up my hand, and I'm like, oh shit. I want to roll again.
Okay. You mean intelligence check?
Intelligence? Okay.
Yeah.
My intelligence is so... Oh.
Natural 20. Bo is purposefully lying to you because of a curse that goes away at sunup today. The sun begins to rise.
You're fucking cursed. You piece of shit.
Bo, you're no longer cursed.
This whole time?
Yeah. You were. Wait, you're not anymore? Like, were you cursed
No.
that whole time?
Oh, I think I was. I was saying things I didn't. Oh, the amount of times I held back from saying things. I know I would have
put my
been
hand on his
slapped.
shoulder tightly and I'm like, wait, do you really like hot women?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, you're not cursed, you're fine. And then I smack his ass and I'm like, did that
Yeah.
hurt?
Oh God, yes. Jeez.
And I
Speaking of
ruffle
which,
his
I need
hair
to
and I'm
buy
like,
a new
good to have
ass.
you back, you piece of shit. And I
Oh.
walk away.
Oh, it feels good not to lie anymore. Ay, ay, ay.
You feel slightly less hungry this morning,
Oh, okay.
but your curse on your hand is still there.
Yeah. Well, I can't say I'm as lucky as you, but I don't know what this is. It's not good, man. I'm not feeling so good. Like, I
It
feel
ain't
fine,
looking
actually. I
good.
feel great, but that's the problem. I feel better than I should, maybe. I don't know, man. It's confusing, and I kind of like it, you know?
What? I don't know. I still think we should have that looked at.
Oh, yeah, we definitely... Yeah, if it's not too late, you know, after all of this.
Wait, it's never too late.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And I just walk forward.
Yeah. As the sun comes up, in the distance you start to be able to make out a huge canyon of sheer-faced rock that seems to be, as the end of this peninsula comes in on the land here, it's sort of like the Grand Canyon, that kind of looking situation, but you're at the very end of it and you're on the ground, and you can see that the two sides of this canyon begin almost directly ahead of you as you start to come up towards it. And even though you're very far away from it, you can see the rising up out of the sands are either side of this just sheer-faced red rock, the canyon that begins to lift upwards. You can see that it might even be like several miles wide, maybe even a mile or two high at its highest point, as you see this just monolithic canyon opening up, and then just this huge mountainside appearing. And after the long walk across these sands, it's pretty stark against the skyline. It opens up and you guys continue walking towards it, Marwood pointing it out and saying stuff like, "It's a labyrinth in there. There's lots of twists and turns, but we just follow the main canyon. It heads somewhat eastward, a little south, into this mountain thing. And in there somewhere is this ruin that you want to go to." Okay?
In there somewhere. So you're not walking in with us?
I will take you up to door.
No, you'll take us through.
I'll take you to door of this place.
No, I think, yeah, you'll take us to the gate, right? You're gonna take us to the gate, directly to it.
Da.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guide us through this maze. I'm not going in there. We're not going in there alone.
No, I take you to maze. But he's in there. Okay?
Can I detect portal?
Yeah? How do you do
Okay.
it again? What do you do?
Well, I roll for it, correct? Or no? Or do I just, I get the
what do
ability
you
to
what do you do
this?
to try and activate it? I mean, within yourself, like, what is the process for you to? Do you need to stop? Lay down.
Oh, well, I hear both of them talking about how he's going to walk us through, and I remember that I have this ability to see if there's a portal nearby. So
Right.
I stop moving, and it's like the world goes gray, and I can see the energy fields where the portals are.
Yeah, you don't need to roll for it. It's just an action. So you just activate this ability. And I think you send out this sort of odd sonar sensation. You get that very strong sensation of a portal, the one that you came through. You're very aware of that. You also get this feeling that they're all over. Just everywhere. You feel all of the different ones around the world. It's an overwhelming sensation at first, and then you can focus it down to a point, and you can sense some sort of a similar energy coming from dead ahead of you. In that canyon ahead of you, there is another similar energy to the one that you starkly understand to be the god portal behind you, one that you came through here.
Do I know how far away it is?
What's the rules on this thing? Since the presence, you detect the distance and direction. Yeah, I mean, I don't really deal in distance, but it's maybe about half a day away.
Okay.
A few hours of decent travel time in a straight line, almost directly east of you.
Okay. It's about a half day, and then we'll be where we need to go.
You have been here before? That information would have been useful a long time ago.
No, I have a feeling about these things.
Okay. It's just crazy. Okay, let's go then. You lot are
I told you,
strange.
we're here to save the world.
Ah,
Of course she knows which way to go once we're here.
And I like walk past. I'm like, no, I'm just here to kill things and help them.
Okay, yes.
I feel the mark throb once at the idea of killing things.
Okay. Yes, this place is no good, okay? Everything I ever hear of this place, no good. Bad stories, old ancient rites, cults, horrible people, lies, government scandal. You understand? These all come from this place. Nobody goes here anymore. It's haunted.
Well, we have to go here if we hope to save everyone that ever lived.
Yeah.
Marwood, what would it take for you to come with us? Is it money that you want?
You give me invincibility. You make it so that I cannot die. And I cannot be cursed. And I cannot be possessed.
Deal.
We can't promise him that.
I mean, we can try. We'll just make Bobo take all the curses. He
I
handled
don't
that last
agree
one
to
real
this.
good.
Ah, wait. I quickly ruffle through my pockets in my coat and pull out the shiny, well, I think this is a belt or a bracelet, I don't know, but it's got a shiny thing attached to it.
What is that? Ogre cock ring?
I don't know. But it looks expensive.
He takes it from you.
Why
and
else did I take it?
He looks it over.
Is it worth something?
What is it? I don't understand.
I
It's for
don't-
giants, duh?
I don't know. I maybe it's a fashionable piece. I don't know. You look like you like to dress up good too. I don't know.
This is not even fit on my head. He puts it on, it like
Well,
goes over his head. This
I
is,
don't know.
What is it? Giant wedding ring.
I'm not sure, but I think it's worth a lot of money. So I know.
Which giant did you steal this from?
Not the giant. Oh, I didn't take it from a giant per se. It was
We found it on the way here.
Yeah.
Bobo and I went out for a walk. And,
Giant will find and eat you. You know that, right? No, you take it back.
What? Wait.
I
You
grab
never
it.
hear of locate
I grab
object?
it instead.
You take it.
Listen,
I don't
Bobo,
want
we'll
that.
keep this. Yeah, we'll
You be laying in bed one day. Giant do big locate spell. He find his wedding ring, and he going to eat you in your sleep.
I like push him like, I mean, who was the one that shot the gun in the cave when we all were in there? And wait, Soon, I'm pretty sure something happened to you when that happened, right?
I don't
want to
like
hear
to
advice
point
from you
blame.
anymore.
Yeah, listen, I don't know how this thing work, okay? I had it for like 4 days. I get it like the
You know
same
what?
day I see
Okay,
you.
but you know it makes a loud sound, Marwood,
Yeah.
and you
I
know
don't know about that
scorpions are
loud, I
attracted to
don't-
sound,
well,
so
they're-
maybe that was
Well, I also
not the
was
smartest thing
thinking,
to
you
do.
know, this will just kill scorpion.
Hey,
Doesn't
we're,
matter.
we're, we're fighting. We're fighting. We're wasting time.
Yeah, I hate
We
this
are
thing.
wasting time.
Listen, I
We-
agree
we
with
need
you.
to
This
go
thing is
somewhere.
awful. I
We
don't like it.
I grab it from him.
Yeah. Da. You give me something.
I
give you more
something.
gold.
How about I give you nothing? We call it even. I'll take your gun.
No. You come to rob me? I knew you were going to rob me. Your crazy stories.
Oh yeah, did you check all your pockets? I didn't take shit from you. I looked at all of it though. I know exactly what you
Da,
got
because
in
you
there.
wait till we get all the way to where we need to go, and then you kill me. Take all my stuff.
No one's
You think
killing
that-
anyone.
What you're gonna do? He holds the
You
gun
think
up.
these people are gonna let me kill you?
Stop it!
I
Crazy
give him my
stories?
sleep mask. There
What
you
is it?
go. How about this piece of shit for that piece of shit? Let's go.
What is that?
It helps you sleep. Get your beauty rest. You got circles under your eyes. You really need some.
No, I'm
I
getting
use
old.
them all the time. They're actually really good.
Yes, I'm going to look like him at the end of it.
Yeah, he looks
What
beautiful.
are you
Look
trying
at
to
him.
say?
I don't want this.
Ah.
I'm not that old.
I am beautiful and old.
No. Do you give me good deal? I give you this horrible, useless contraption.
That made absolutely no sense.
Good deal. You give me
Fine,
a good deal.
gold.
I give you this in trade.
You-
I
He's
just-
willing
I
to
just
trade
hand
you
him-
the gun if you give him something that he
Da,
wants.
and the bow.
Ellie.
I need the bow as well so I can go home.
Can I
Marwood,
kill
you
him?
don't have
I can
family,
kill him,
right?
I can kill him. We should.
we-
No,
Yes,
you
I have
cannot kill
family.
him, Ellie.
I have lots
He
of
has
family.
helped
Big,
us.
strong
He's
family.
done exactly what he said he's going to do.
My family are all
yeah,
gangsters.
run and take our
and
stuff.
powerful wizards.
Okay, well, I have a family, Marwood. I have
yeah.
a husband and I have 3 children.
I don't, so I have nothing to lose. Let's go. I'm not actually gonna attack him.
I have
Can I do-
everything to lose. And I'm still going to try to do this. We need your help. If you don't help us, there won't be any more walking for you to do. There won't be any more travels. There won't be any more adventures. I think that's a risk worth taking, don't you?
Yes, you tell her not to rob me. You tell her not to shoot me in back.
I am trying to persuade him.
He doesn't need persuading.
Okay.
He just points at
I didn't rob you, man. Look, you have your robes back on.
you
need
try to take my
calm
robes.
yourself.
And you try to take my gun.
You were shot. I was trying to get a hold of the wound, and because of me, that shit stopped bleeding, and because of them, they healed you. You need to be thankful for once.
Okay, thank you for closing wound.
You're fucking welcome. It's about time. See, is that so hard? And I like walk away.
You'll find yourself much happier, Ellie, if you stop expecting people to thank you for things.
Oh, I don't expect anything, but this asshole talks a big game, and then it's just an asshole at the end of the day. Not a fan. Just not a fan of that. Nope. And
Yeah,
I like
it's
start
true.
mumbling to
We're
myself
wasting
angrily.
time. It is a race, after all.
Is race? Who you race?
Yes, we're racing some horrible god to get to the end first. And if
Okay,
we
I don't
get
know.
there,
I don't want to know anymore. This is okay. You are racing God to save world.
Okay.
If
and
God-
you're going
if
to
God
the
wins, we
worst
all die.
place in the entire country. Yes, well, take me to the worst place in the entire country. Okay. Sure. We are going to save world there. Okay. There is nothing here in this place. You know that, right?
Thank you, Marwood.
You are going to find dead end. And then when you do,
I don't
Well,
think
maybe
we
you
are.
should go with us just so you can prove us
yeah,
right.
I am going with
Just
you
so
to dead end. I take you to the ruin. You look at it and you say, "Now what, Marwood?" And then you get angry and you will say that I have not taken you to right place because you are all crazy. And you think you are in race with gods. But you are not. You have been peddled by someone. Someone trick you.
And when we're right, then
If
what?
you are right. If you go there and world explode and then you do something to save world, then I give you these robes and I teach you how to wear them.
And I put my hand on. I'm like, shake on it right now.
He shakes your hand instantly. Completely confident. There, okay. You
Same.
lot are not crazy, okay? Okay. Okay, straight into here then. You can all walk ahead of me though.
I walk at the end. I walk behind him. I don't want to walk ahead of him.
He's navigating. Aren't you, Marwood? Aren't you navigating us? Shouldn't you be in the front?
Navigate you to giant open canyon ahead of you.
Navigate through the canyon.
Yeah, when we get to
You're the
canyon,
sandwalker.
Okay, yes. Okay, fine. He's so wary of you and he just starts trudging ahead. Final checks. Everyone give me perception checks. Because this is a slightly different check.
18 for Suna.
So, you all head towards this massive canyon. The closer you get to it, the land again begins to become a little more rocky, a little more mountainous, and then those sand dunes come back in. Although most of the sand dunes you can feel have like just rocks underneath them. There's elements where there's like boulders. There's points where you can sense that there are even fissures in the ground as the canyon seems to dip down in areas around you. Marwood approaches this main huge canyon and then you head into it. It takes maybe an hour and a half for you to get to the canyon, and once you actually head into it, you can see that this thing is just huge. And even as the beginning of the canyon starts to lift upwards, he says, "It used to be a river. Can you imagine how big this thing was? There must have been no land here. Just this little bit at the top, you know? It's crazy. Yeah,
Strange.
that's what they
What do
say.
they say haunts this area?
Well, there is a Titan.
Wait, the Titan?
This is his house.
Oh. Oh. I start to sweat instantly.
He walks ahead. Yeah, they say you cannot go here, you know. It's basically illegal, frankly.
Oh,
A Titan, huh?
yes.
Yeah, not
What
a
is-
Titan.
What is that?
The Titan.
The Titan.
He's
The
God.
What is that?
Yes.
He's sand god. God of sand.
God of sand. Okay. And how do we kill a god of sand?
Ah.
Yeah, we are going to kill Titan? I mean, we are going to kill
No,
Titan.
no. No, I'm
Yeah, we're
sure.
gonna have to, or outsmart it.
What does it mean how smart
Or,
this?
or.
Look
we
under
just
your
tell
feet,
him
little
the
girl.
truth and
That is
he'll
sand.
have mercy
That is
and
Titan.
just let us go through, maybe.
No, he's not gonna. You're gonna poke it with that stick and piss it off.
Oh,
I
you're
will do
going
no
to get me
such
killed.
thing.
I knew it. I should have just left it alone. I was curious
No, man,
at
let's keep
first.
going.
This
I
was a
push him
mistake.
like, we gotta keep going. Let's go.
Okay.
We got a Titan. We gotta outsmart it. You got something up there in
I
that
mean-
in them robes, don't you?
We'll just keep our eyes out and try to stay hidden and get to where we need to go, and maybe we won't run into it.
You
Right?
begrudgingly head on, or at least Marwood begrudgingly heads on with you lot poking him, and you start moving down these this main canyon, and you can see that it splits off just all the time. There's just fissures that go down. There's cracks in the rock face that's either side of you, and again, I think it's probably about you could probably guess it's maybe a mile wide. This thing, you can see it and it goes up maybe a mile, 2 miles. There's points where it looks like it's even higher up. You can see that the thing kind of turns slightly, and you're moving down. And if this canyon was heading dead east, it's heading slightly south. And there are holes, there's cracks, there's horrible rivulets of sand that look like they're falling off of an edge into these bottomless pits. And Marwood continues to move around. He says, "We just follow the main one. Eventually it gets pretty close to where we need to go." And he continues to move forward, getting more and more kind of worried, an element of trepidation as he pushes forward. And what were your rolls here? 19 and an 18. There's a point where...
Oh, no. Sorry. The 19 was my persuasion for him.
Oh,
18 is what I
the
rolled for
18
perception.
is all you need. You, at one point, Suna, you see a wing. A huge feathered wing hanging out of a hole in the side of the rock face.
Don't do this to me again. Is it like a dragon wing?
No,
Don't
it's
you
feathered.
dare.
It's a feathered
Okay.
wing. It tucks inwards, and then you see the side of maybe a vulture-looking bird following you with its eyes in the darkness of a huge hole in the side of this rock face. What do you do?
No
when you
one
see it?
panic. Look over there, slowly. To the right. It's a vulture.
Oh, that is a massive vulture. That is the biggest vulture I have ever seen.
Well, it's
Kill
seen
it, need
us.
it.
So,
Vultures.
I have an idea. Go on, Marwood.
Well, vultures eat dead things, no? We'll be fine.
Yeah, just don't die.
Don't die.
Yeah,
I
just don't die.
guess.
Agreement. Don't die. Don't die. You don't die.
All right.
Old man. No
Yeah.
heart attack.
You
Good
don't
to
think
go.
it's gonna come out and try to kill us and then eat us?
Do you want me to shoot it? I'll shoot it.
No,
No,
don't,
no,
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 don't
no,
shoot
no,
it.
no, no,
Don't
no,
shoot
no,
it.
no.
Don't
Don't
shoot it.
provoke it.
Don't shoot it.
You can't just go running around shooting and punching
I put my-
everything.
You say that, and I'm just like rubbing my hand. Like, I mean, I will shoot it though.
Look how
No,
far away
I
that
know
is.
you will, and
It's
you'll
very big.
probably cut its head off.
It's the size
Very,
of a
like,
house.
but we just can't keep doing that all the time. You know, that's not the
Okay,
answer
let's
to
walk on the
everything.
left-hand side of the canyon.
All right,
Everybody
all right,
head over
all right.
this way. We keep going.
Okay, shuffle. Everybody
yes,
shuffle.
it's fine. Just,
Slowly,
everyone
one
keep
foot
one eye
in front
on,
of the other.
on
Just
Vulture.
I go into
Don't-
stealth.
Stealth. The
Yeah, let's do that.
I get a 24.
the vulture
I
is
just disappear. They're like, let's just shuffle. And I'm like, bye.
the vulture is watching
Bye,
you
bitch.
to a degree. Arwood gets a 15. Everyone roll me stealth checks.
13.
15. Bo's the last one. Don't fuck it up.
Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo.
Nice. You also vanish into.
Bobo and I, like, just like both of us, we
Are
look at
quite
each
the
other and
pair.
then we just fade.
You're just gone. You avoid this vulture, and for a long time it's in your view. Even walking for like 20 minutes, it's still just watching you. You can see its giant eye just watching you and tracing you, keeping an eye on you as it goes. It doesn't seem to move from whatever roost it's made in the side of this rock face.
It's looking at me like my neighbor Toby. No, with that one eye always on you, watching your every move, watching you plant your kettle weed. Oh, I know what you're up to, Toby. I know what you're up to. We're not
Sounds
gonna
like a
die.
pervert.
Slowly, but surely, you make your way through this canyon. Eventually, the canyon opens up to a pretty wide section, and it's an offshoot from the main canyon. You can see it's not just a crack in the rock face. It's what looks like kind of an opening. Possibly like millennia ago, there was maybe a lake here, that kind of a situation. The sides of the canyon raise upwards and around where you are. This sort of circular gorge ahead of you. Marwood arrives at the edge of it, looks around the corner and says, "We have arrived." And as you each turn around this corner and head into this circular canyon, you can see that there are more gorges and splits. There's several sections of the ground and the land around you that looks kind of jagged and broken. You can see that there is dips that reveal sands that are deeper down than the edges where you are. You can see sand falls, those like rush of sand falling from edges all around, and pouring down onto what is like thick sand below you. And the area seems really almost unstable as you move into it. There's a lot more sand here than there was on the base of the canyon that you've walked along so far. It's pretty shaded because the canyon walls here are shading most of the area, and it actually allows you to see better because the sun is so bright, usually. And you can see at the far end of it a sort of a ruined structure that's partially embedded in the wall of the canyon. And it spans a good portion of the back end of this canyon here. It's the ruin of what looks like a temple, sort of partially embedded, but also partially ruined and broken. Marwood, walking forward, says, "This was once known as Dreadtusk, but you call it Gate of Time. Nobody comes here anymore. Whatever it is old and dead." One side of it, the right-hand side of the structure ahead of you, just appears to have fallen in on itself. It's completely ruined and sat in rubble, crumbled to this sort of massive set of large broken slabs that are covered in sand. It sits like part of the building has fallen in on itself on one side and been covered in sand. These sand rivulets running down from the tops of the canyons. On the left-hand side, it seems relatively old, but mostly intact. This sort of ancient-looking temple. To give you a kind of idea of how it looks, I will give you a map thing. You guys walk up to what sort of looks like this. Again, around you it's kind of broken, messed up, and just treacherous.
Some Prince of Persia bullshit right there. Oh god, it's so
treacherous
good.
looking area that you walk over. There's an entranceway to this ruin that lies across this very naturally formed bridge, basically over another deeper gorge. But even from here, you can see that this entrance is totally closed. It's huge, but it's closed. And there are even like huge sandstone slabs that are in the way that seem to have fallen from above as part of this ruin is falling down on itself. Give me perception checks, all four of you, because ahead of you, you see 4 people. 23, 9, 4, 24 for Bo. So Bo and Suna, everyone you can see a group of 4 people. They appear to be abseiling down off of the bridge. There's another figure that stands on the bridge watching them go. And all of you get this very odd sensation of deja vu. Suna, you can see that these 4 people are you lot. Abseiling down from a rope. Above them stands Marwood, kind of arms crossed, looking down. As they begin to abseil down, they disappear from your vision. There is a great rumbling that you suddenly hear from above you. The sands on the top of the canyon kind of rumble. And it's sort of a massive sound as the ground kind of shakes oddly and terribly around you. The ground underneath you trembles to a degree as well. And the top of the canyon here is about a mile. And you can make out this distinctly humanoid figure rising up out of the sand above you. It raises up only to to its waist, and it looks down into the canyon. There's a huge amount of sand that falls off of the top of the canyon on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side where the ruin is. And it stands there, silent and still, a blank, sort of sandy face looking at you. It looks a little something like this. That kind of an image. And there's the scale. As this humanoid sand figure, like the Sandman from Spider-Man, is looking down at you from the top of the canyon, way above you. It creates this kind of eruption of sand. What do you guys do? Marwood is awestruck.
I am also awestruck.
Stay in stealth.
I have a very specific question for you. Since I can see the people scaling and they're us, I need to know if the Suna scaling remembers this moment and looks at me.
Give me an Arcana check.
8.
You have no idea what's going on here. This isn't
All right.
even your usual bullshit. This isn't
Okay.
you.
Then
Can
I'm
I-
awestruck. I'm completely mystified.
Can I do like an investigation or perception to see if if this is a threat?
I want to do the same. I want to deem the threat level.
Give me,
Ooh, that's right.
to be honest, you'd probably have to give me insight checks and with disadvantage
Okay.
to try and work out what the fuck. Or,
15.
You've probably never seen anything like this. This just giant sand figure that materializes at the top of the canyon, a mile above you and perfectly visible. That's how big it is. Just sitting there looking down into the canyon. If this is a threat, and you're pretty sure it definitely is because it's the most gigantic, awful looking monster you've probably ever laid eyes upon, this is a threat that's just going to kill you instantly. There's no way you guys could fight something like that. It's enormous. Ellie, you sense the same kind of thing, except you feel like it's not a threat because it's not coming at you. It's not doing anything. It's just staring at you for now. Marwood steps backwards and puts his hand against the edge of the canyon and says, okay, I did not believe you before, but tell me, what are you really doing here? You say you're saving the world.
We are.
I step forward and I put my hand on his chest and I'm like, listen, we just gotta survive this. We told you
Survive
what
it?
We know. This guy, I don't think he's gonna attack us if we don't attack him first. He would already have done it. If he didn't want us here, he would have done it. At least we gotta be sure. Maybe not get too close. Does anyone? Nobody. Marwood, have you heard any stories about this Titan sand creature guy?
I have. And he immediately falls to one knee. He grabs some sand and puts it to his head and starts mumbling.
I will do the same. I start praying as well.
Thank God. And he starts doing this sort of small prayer that seems to be going up towards the form of Titan. Does anyone else do anything?
I mean, I'm gonna watch, and then I'm gonna keep my eyes on the Titan, yeah. So.
The
Have
Titan
I read
doesn't
anything
move.
about this?
It looks like it's moving because there's sand falling off of him in rivulets and those sand falls.
But it's just like facing us, right?
It looks like it's staring right at you. Yeah. It's at the far end of the canyon, kind of looking at you. The canyon, like you're not too far away from. It's not a too much of a long canyon here.
It's
But-
like the size of 2 skyscrapers together, right?
That's kind of
Essentially?
what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we try to communicate with this thing?
Yeah. Does it speak? Comment? Does it know like what we are? Can it communicate with us?
Well,
Or do you need?
I'm assuming it's going to try to stop us.
Yeah, but what if?
isn't
and
it-
I start walking towards it.
Well, I wouldn't do that unless we have to.
He knows we're here. We might as well yell. And I look back at Marwood. I'm like, what do I call it?
Marwood is still on the ground, mumbling to himself. He's like freaking out. Like he's
Yeah.
trembling and shit.
I put my hands up, and I get down on one knee, and I'm like, oh, great, Titan. And I'm like yelling, and I think my voice kind of carries a little too loud, and I see like sand trickle around me, and I'm like, oh, is that too loud? Oh, God. We seek passage into that temple. And I just like, I'm so ready to like just disengage and run. Just scared.
The form of Titan crumbles in on itself. The sand rushing off the edge of the canyon falls. It echoes the sound of all this sand and the stones rumbling into the ruins. But it doesn't materialize anywhere else. You just see a bunch of sand fall off the edge, and Titan seems to just sink into the top of the canyon. What did
Really,
you
that's
say
all
to
it
it?
took? A pretty lady to go approach it and...
Where did it go?
She said that we seek passage, and then he made way.
As he's doing it, I still have my hands up and still on one knee. I'm like, are you there? Oh, great Titan of sand. Please answer us. Can we pass?
It is the god of sand. It is
without-
all of the sand. It is the earth.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can just look down, right? I
It's
can
the
just like talk to
storms
it right
that
here, right? I
yes.
pick up a handful of sand and I like cup it and I'm like, hey, we really, really need to get inside your temple. And yeah, are you gonna attack us? We don't mean harm. We just, there's, and I don't know what to say. And I'm like looking at Suna like, am I talking to it right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Is he
yes.
here?
He's
She
always
looks like she's just
listening.
talking to sand.
Well, don't insult him. He's literally just
Yeah, he's a Titan.
materialized
Have some
before your
respect.
eyes.
Get down on your knees.
I immediately get down on my knees.
And I'm like looking around for him to see if he's like there. And it's like, I feel so ridiculous that I don't know what to do. Because I'm just like, this is so out of Ellie's element.
I just start to pet the sand. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nothing happens. Nothing crazy happens, at least.
I get back up. And I slowly, very slowly, start to walk towards the door.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Everyone else going with?
I'll tread behind.
Yes, and if Marwood is still losing his shit and praying in the sand, I will put a hand on his shoulder.
He's not. He's kind of with you, but he is like fucking freaking out. I think you can probably make that out. He's like wide-eyed and just
I know.
hyper-vigilant. But he follows you. He says, well, if you're going in there, I suppose the door is the best bet.
Yeah, well, hopefully it opens for us.
Can I look around? Can I investigate to see if there's any thieves' cants or hidden doors?
Yeah, everyone give me perception or investigation checks, depending on what you roll, and whether you pass depends on what stuff I'll give you.
Would mine be perception or investigation, do you think, for that?
Up to you. Perception means that you'll get a different answer than investigation, depending on what happens.
13.
So, who am I missing? You didn't roll.
Me.
Suna? You're not
Sorry,
doing it?
it's not. No, I am. I'm just have to navigate to the fucking window. 17 for Suna.
17. So we'll go with that first because it's perception. You see this ruin ahead of you. Again, it's somewhat embedded into the rock. It looks like a building that they've purposefully built and probably at one point ran across the entire back section of this canyon, but mostly has fallen to ruin. Even the section that you're looking at looks so old and ruined that it's just insane. Probably thousands of years old. The entranceway is almost entirely blocked by these huge slabs, but approaching them, the entranceway is probably like 80 feet high. Like the doors that open are probably like 80 feet high. The slabs that are blocking the most of it, there is a small section that you can see that you guys might be able to fit underneath to access the actual doors, but the doors are huge stone doors that seem to be closed. Investigationers, Aura, this is the most alien thing you've ever seen. This is just crazy. You've never seen anything like this, even in books and stuff that you've read or been told about. There's nothing here that stands out to you that makes you think, oh, that belongs to this culture, or that's from this civilization, or something like that. It's just totally random, weird looking. This is so beyond anything you've ever heard of. Ellie, you don't see anything that you recognize as thieves' cant, or anything that the Assassin's Guild might have left behind to indicate that this is like an old, this is where they buried Ezio Auditore. There's nothing here that makes you think there is any element of it that belongs to the Assassin's Guild. The entranceway looks like it's you don't know how it doesn't look like you're going to be able to walk straight in unless those doors open by some way. Although you do see that you might be able to climb up, and you can see that you might even be able to climb down. Underneath this bridge, as you guys begin to cross it, you can see the building continues. You can even see that there is a rooftop maybe 50 feet down underneath the bridge, and you can see that the structure seems to go downwards as opposed to upwards. This looks like you're at the top of a structure that is embedded somewhat into this canyon, and also goes all the way down, maybe further than you can even see. Lots of sand pouring off of the top of this thing makes it a lot more difficult to work out everything you're seeing. Bo, you get all of this information. I think you're probably pretty convinced, for whatever reason, that this doesn't belong to any civilization. This isn't even a temple. This isn't a religious thing at all. There's no religious insignia. It doesn't seem to have any markings of any architecture that you recognize to belong to even what you know maybe from books about Dust Vale or people that lived here. It doesn't look like the type of architecture that belonged to any religious sects, even ancient ones that, like Mishra is the god of magic, so there's often a star or some sort of symbol like that represents her on this thing. There's nothing like that. To call this a temple might be might be incorrect. This is something else, maybe. However, you see that there are several entranceways. There's the main doors, which maybe you can access underneath the slabs that are blocking the way. There's holes, just broken bits of rock and sandstone in the section above the door. Again, 80 feet up, maybe 100 feet up from where you are, right at the very top of where this meets the canyon. You can see that there are broken elements of the wall, which maybe would allow you access into this structure. You can also see, as you cross over this bridge, that underneath you there is the roof of a chamber down there. Sand and stuff and rocks and debris and slabs have fallen and broken sections of that roof open, and you can see that you'd be able to gain access into at least something down there that was man-made. There is also holes and caverns and fissures that lead into the canyon, which maybe you can find a way to navigate into the building. I think between the four of you, that's what you see. In terms of access points and what this place even is. That's the info that I think you guys pick up.
I'd like to roll Arcana to see what I know magically about this place.
I think really the only information that you would even be able to gather, even on a 20, which is pretty damn high, you know that for you as a resident and the understanding, this is a temple to Mishra that they created a long time ago and was then sort of disproven as a the temple to Mystra and was in fact some sort of weird cover. It ended up being some sort of weird scandal. It's just a ruin. There is no magical thing here. The old story was that Mystra's blood was spilled here and it's a great big magical religious site. But it's not true. It wasn't true.
Okay.
And also, I think that like you don't really even sense anything magical about it. It is just an old broken ruin.
Okay.
But there isn't really anything to understand magically about it. It doesn't, and also, I mean, Arcana checks aren't detect magic, but it doesn't seem like it's being held together by magic or anything like that. Like, there's nothing weird like that going on from your, basic layman's scan of the area here at first.
Well, this is it.
I say we go in. Yep. There's that chamber down there. I think the only way is down.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
I can also go with you, Aura, if you'd like. Maybe the two of us can go together.
Okay. And I'll just walk over.
You want to abseil off the edge of the bridge into the opening into the chamber below?
No.
Oh.
No?
But,
Oh.
That's what
no.
Bo was pointing at, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that's
let's
our
put it
only
to the-
way in,
to-
is to go
yeah.
down and through there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my rope out and start fastening some sort of way to rappel down.
Yeah.
There's sand, right? We could just
No,
surf on the sand.
it's sand falls like in the sense that there's just so much
okay.
sand that it's running off of it. It's almost like the place is in motion because of that, but it's very dead and desolate here.
Okay.
But there is elements. There's rocks and things that stick up, and there's rubble and just these huge slabs and pieces of rubble that you could attach a rope to. Marwood is there, and he says, "Let me. I am at least able to do this for you." And he takes the rope and says, "I don't know what is going on, but I am sorry. Whatever reason you are here, everything I have said, you are telling the truth, aren't you?"
I just nod.
I just look at him. Like, I don't even say anything. Just look at him.
He says, "Right. I will be staying here. I am going to hold this rope, and I will stay here for how long?"
I look to Aura. I believe we need to find our way back to where we came from to leave again, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, didn't you say you
Do we
saw
just...
something down here?
Well, I mean, I know that we have to get there and get a thing before they do, but then what? Does it just teleport us back to the other area and we go to the next place, or are we able to take another gate?
This is another gate, right, Brad? Like, I know that this will take us somewhere else that we choose.
100% you are where you need to be. It
So
seems
he
like a
doesn't-
god portal here, but it also feels like a supercharged thing. The energy feels way stronger than the one that you came through. So whether it's a god portal or whether it's just that this is the gate that you're looking for, I don't know if you know. You can make an educated guess that you probably can use this area as, or at least somewhere in here, maybe there is another god portal surrounded by this other thing.
I believe we'll be able to get somewhere else from here.
So, technically, he doesn't have to stay at all.
I mean, he could wait a little while if you're up to that, Marwood, and if we don't come back in a few days' time, we can go.
It's very dangerous here for him to be by himself for 3 days' time.
I can stay here for 3 days. If you do not come
Would
back
you-
up, I will go.
Would you be willing to come with us?
There is no way I'm going in there.
Not even to save the world.
No. I have been here before. Twice. Twice it just seemed like empty rubble, nothing. And then this. He looks up to where the Titan was. Whatever you are doing down there, I will have no part of it. Saving the world or not.
Fair enough.
Brad, I have an insane question that you should most definitely say no to, but it's a crazy idea and I want to try it. Can I use my mold earth cantrip to just like create sand stairs for us so we don't need his rope?
It only does a 5-foot square, so you'd all have to stand on a 5-foot square and then make another one.
Yeah. Can I just do that? Because I don't want to have to use his rope. If he's not going to help us save the world, I kind of want to be like, fine, and then create stairway down. And plus, people wouldn't have to do
I feel like
climbing
it'd be.
checks.
I feel like it'd be more dangerous, but you can do it.
All right. No. Not if it's going to
Because
be
you're gonna
more
have to make
dangerous
a
for everybody
stair
else.
and then make another one in the same instance, and everyone's going to have to jump on
Yeah.
each step all the way down, and it's 5 feet and it's 50 feet down, so you have to do that
Well,
check.
I could do like a, because it can move, right? It can move along the ground. So I could just make us a magic carpet of sand.
I don't think you can, because it's not even hard floor. Remember, it's loose earth.
Okay.
If I make it that strong, then you'd have
To be
no
able
point to
to
have
Hold us.
anyone having mold earth spell later on.
All right. We'll climb down the rope.
Yeah. You can do it. You can try and do it.
Yeah. It does say that I can cause ground to become normal terrain if it's difficult terrain, so maybe I'll just use that. And can I give us advantage on climbing down the rope?
Give me the spell.
Yeah. How do I put it in the chat?
Just click the speech bubble. There's a portion of sand that you can see that fits within 5 foot. You can manipulate it to cause shapes. No? Yeah?
You can manipulate it in only one of the following ways, so I think I'd have to pick one of the four.
Which one are you doing?
Well, if
you
I can't
excavate
create
it
a
and
magic
move it
carpet,
along the ground.
yeah. So if I
I think
can't,
that is literally like you move 5 feet square of sand
yeah,
and throw it. Like you can dig fast.
yes.
If you roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. This is absolutely insane, but I thought it would be cool if we could do it. 19.
You feel like you can do this.
Oh my god. What? Do what? Create like a magic carpet of sand?
Magic carpet
Oh
ride.
no. Okay. God. Soon it feels like she can do it. Don't hate me, y'all. She would do it. Okay, then I look at Marwood and
Well, thank you for taking us all this way, Marwood. If you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. And I don't think we'll be needing your rope either.
I just create a fucking magic carpet of sand.
Ugh. Ellie, roll me a d20 plus 2.
12.
To answer your secret question, you don't get any sense of anything happening or any change necessarily, but you do the thing that you do.
Okay.
There's nothing happens. The magic carpet ride of sand appears off the edge of the bridge.
Well, this is one way to make an exit. It was, nice knowing you, Marwood.
I will wait here. Good luck with whatever it is you are doing in this accursed place.
You too.
I walk up to him as the sand is like seeping from my hands and back onto the ground, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure we had a deal though.
He hands you his revolver and says, "You take this. And if you come out of here alive, I get you these robes."
I don't want to be the downer in the situation, but you know that could help me in there, right? You do know that.
These will not fit you. They will not work.
Ellie,
If you teach me how to wear them.
they're magical.
Okay.
Don't rob a man of his clothes and his only safety out of here.
I'm not
He's not going to
robbing
work
him.
for her, no matter what.
Okay, well, I'm coming back out, and you owe me. I
There.
grab his gun. I'm like, and I start climbing down the rope that he's holding.
Okay.
Because I look at the sand and I'm like, no. I'm just like, no, this is terrifying.
Was
Yeah.
I able to get on it, Brad? Like, I made it, but was I able to stand on it without it?
Find out. roll me a an athletics or an acrobatics check, Ellie.
Since he's helping, is it advantage or no?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. 20.
20. Yeah, you start climbing down the rope. Sooner you step on it and your foot like sinks into it like an alarming amount, but it doesn't go through. What are the other two doing? Aura,
Convinced
Bo?
I can do this, so I'm gonna stand there.
Is that a
I
good
think
idea?
I'm gonna take the rope down till. No offense, Sona. It's just.
Well, that's all right. None
I ain't
taken.
so great with water, and it's kind of reminding me of. Yeah, I'm just gonna climb down.
All right. Aura, what about you and Bun?
I think it might be too heavy for that. 'Cause I'm seeing her ankles like in the sand.
Oh, nonsense.
I mean, I feel like I should take the rope. I've not had much luck lately.
Nonsense. I've got you. It's me, you know. Making
Can I
this.
check the clover that I have?
Yeah, you can. You look at it. It looks alive, but bad. It's been
Can
exposed to the heat of this place for 4 days, and so it's dying. It's dying, but it's not dead.
Can I open up water skin and dip the stem
Yeah.
into it?
I assume that's what you've been doing as well, by the way, for the last 4 days.
Yeah.
At regular points.
Yes, I have.
It doesn't seem like it's enough, but it is keeping it alive, and somewhat.
Oh,
What's that?
It's the floor-leaf clover I got. It's not dead yet, so
how's it
maybe I
doing?
should. It could be better.
Bring
I
it
just
here.
think I put it in the palm of my hand and I walk over to Una. And
oh my god. This is also insane. I would like to. Okay, wait. I just have to know if this is even possible. Will you allow me to cast Ray of Frost on it, but control the frost? So that I just like cool it so that it's not hot, like wilting and dying of heat.
She could put it back in the water skin and you cooled it, like, you know, whenever you put ice around the water skin and it cools the inside? Like having ice in a glass?
Ellie shouts up from halfway down the rope.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like it's meta, so I can't really
I'm like
use
down
that.
there like watching. I'm just like spying and like eating a ration. Like, you could just, why don't you just do that? What are you doing? What are you guys, you're taking forever. As I watch Bobo climb down beside me.
I'm not gonna use that info, Brad. So I'm just trying to cool it down. If you will allow it.
What if
They're gonna kill
does
it,
Aura
though.
want to do it?
Okay, so I grew up in nature and I know how to like take care of plants. Do I know if this will help or hurt the plant?
Why not give me a nature check?
For the love of God, I just want a good roll. 16.
16. This is probably going to kill the plant.
Oh, okay.
If you do Ray of Frost on the plant, it's going to fuck it up. This is This happened once in Dustvale. And that's all I'm saying. Go and watch the Dustvale show to find out how
Okay.
powerful Ray of Frost is when you realize, yeah.
Well, I was
Um,
trying to control
Probably gonna
it, but
fuck it
okay.
up. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. It's like trying to control a fucking bullet from a gun.
Okay.
Okay. And so I don't think frost is the first frost always kills plants. I feel
Well, that's
like even
true.
a little bit might be too much. But maybe we can go somewhere else next time where all the elements aren't trying to kill me and this 4-leaf clover.
All right.
And I tuck it back into my shirt and I'm going to step onto the sand thing
My
that
magic
Suna
sand
made.
I
carpet.
get out from underneath them to make sure that I'm not in the way.
Oh, if we fall, we're fucking dying.
Likewise, I'm taking a step to the side.
Yeah, I'm like grabbing Bobo, like maybe we should just stand over here, you know?
Yes.
Can I like tentatively put a hand, like a foot?
Wait, isn't this called? I know what this song is called. You
called-
asshole.
It's called Are Bad. Stepping onto this thing is insane. There's no way a cantrip is going to let you fly. There's no way. There's no way I can let you have a cantrip that lets you fly around on a magic carpet for the rest of the campaign. Both of you roll me
But I
dex
didn't step
saves.
on it. No, I put my foot on tentatively. I didn't step on it.
Alright, give me a dex save with advantage.
Okay. Oh no.
21.
21
A
and a
19.
19. You step on this thing, and it just fucking falls apart underneath where you are.
Oh,
You can
good
you can
God, how much
summon
do
it.
you weigh?
You can summon it back up, but it's not holding your weight. It's falling through. Both of you have to jump off onto the bridge.
Yeah, I'd grab her because I have 1 foot on there, and I would grab her arm and like pull her onto the.
Oh, that must have been that scorpion I ate. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
I look at Bobo and I'm like, looks like they're taking the rope.
Uh-huh.
All right, after you, Aura.
All right, acrobatics
Well,
or
maybe you
athletics
go-
checks to climb down the rope, whichever order.
I'm gonna, unless they get advantage because Marwood, I'm gonna be at the bottom, like kind of like to the side in case. 'Cause she's kind of an older lady and I don't want her to just like fall. So.
You're gonna try and catch her after 50 feet fall.
I'm not gonna try and catch her at a 50 feet fall, but if she's like 10 feet away, I'll be there.
Okay. All right, whoever wrote a sooner. Acrobatics
Okay.
or athletics.
Hang on, I'm like really at a disadvantage for strength, but I remember there being a thing that says I can do something for strength. So just one
Fly
sec.
with a cantrip.
Something like I can per day I can add my charisma to my strength for a roll if I have to, but I don't know if this counts.
I do not know what that is or where you're.
Sorry,
pulling
I'm
that
just
from.
trying to find it. I remember reading it, but I don't see it here. Anyway, okay.
Thunderous presence.
All right, so acrobatics.
You have it. It's the second thing on your list.
It is.
On
Oh,
the-
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. So may I use that?
You have advantage.
Thank you.
You have to mark one of those things off.
Yep. Oh, thank God.
That is an acrobatics check. You have to do an
Is that-
athletics check if you want to use this thing.
My bad. My bad.
So it's athletics with advantage or acrobatics. Okay, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, you climb down. You climb all the way
Cool.
down to the roof of this, top of this building, and you're looking up. It's dark down here. There's a bridge with a rope coming down, sand falling down all around you. You're on the top of like a structure which is surrounded by rocks and sand, and then just what looks like a bottomless pit. It looks like the chamber is sticking out. It does look like there's 2 smaller buildings that come off of this one, like lower than where you are. This looks like you're on the top of a central chamber of some kind, and there's it sits somewhat inside the mountain. Aura, you coming down?
I am. Do I get advantage because of Marwood or no?
Yeah.
Okay. 22.
22. You climb down. So each of you, one by one, climbs down this rope into the fissure, this cavern. Above you, Marwood stands, arms crossed, looking down at you as each of you climbs down this rope. Looking at all of you, he kind of shakes his head, looks back up at where the Titan was, the sandy form of Titan, and then you all see this section of the roof which has been broken in. You can see down now into this chamber below you. It looks like another maybe 50 feet down into an open, just very almost empty looking chamber. It's quite hard to make out anything that's in there, but it does look like there's some rubble at the bottom, and then what was maybe once a fountain or a pool that's been broken by whatever parts of the roof and the much larger slab that hit the roof and broke it. Four of you probably looking into this thing will be where we end today's session. However, as we see Marwood looking down, maybe the camera pans backwards and we see the four of you and Marwood walk into the cavern again. We also see the four of you climbing up the side of Dreadtusk and into one of the fissures in the side of the wall. We also see the four of you climbing into a window in the side of the structure, hidden and concealed above a precipice. We see the four of you falling off the side of the bridge. We see the four of you falling off the thing. We see the four of you stepping onto some sand that soon was made and fall into the crevice below. And we also see a set of smoky tendrils glide across the sand as a jet black figure approaches the outside of Dreadtusk. The tendrils quiver and then quickly lash out to the sides of the rock face, grabbing the rock face, moving up it awkwardly and oddly like an octopus. And then it enters through an exposed upper chamber symbol. And thanks for playing. Brings us to the end of the
Amazing!
sesh.
That was so good.
Are you stealth? No, I'm just kidding.
I hide from the horribleness.
And Bo doesn't have to lie anymore.
No.
Yay!
Thank God for
How's
that.
Ellie's tummy feeling? How's
Technically, Ellie has lost one of her curses. The other one doesn't go after a set of days. The other one, I'm afraid, is quite with you for some time until you figure out what to do with it, Ellie.
Keep it. Use it to my advantage. What?
Maybe. We'll see. I'm not giving anything
Murder
away.
hobo it up.
Maybe.
Twas amazing.
All right. Well, thanks for playing. We ran over a little bit. Sorry we started late as well because of the all the issues and stuff. So let's do a quick round of shout-outs and we'll see you next week as you finally made it to, well, you're at the gate of time. You sort of. We'll see. We'll see next week. Let's do a round of shout-outs. Let's start with the most unlucky person to have ever held a 4-leaf clover in her entire life. Aura, Katie Peters Plays. What's going on? Where do people find you? What are you doing and stuff and that?
Hi, I'm Katie Peters Plays. I'm playing horror games all this month, and I have a heart rate monitor, and it's been fun. And we beat Emily Wants to Play 2 today, and I feel
God.
like
Fuck
I've
that game.
excelled at everything in life, and I don't need to do anything ever again. But we're doing that for all this month. You can catch me here on Wednesday for Nocturne at PBGM's, and I'm gonna pray to the D&D gods this week so that I can roll higher than 4 maybe next week, because that'd be kind of cool. So, yeah.
I was waiting for you all to fall off the edge somewhere. Would have been okay here at the end part. You'll be pleased to know. You could have all just jumped off the edge and died. It wouldn't have mattered. Disby, what are you doing this week? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me over on twitch.tv/thisbrx, and you can also find me playing a bunch of horror games and variety games all month long. So yeah, if you like the sort of thing, drop by, hang out with us.
Cool.
And hopefully I can buy a new ass by next weekend.
No. You're gonna need
Wish
some.
it. Maybe that can be your level up if we
Yeah.
level up.
You need
If we
some
don't die.
plastic
I dig
surgeries.
it.
Okay. Head on over to Disby Aric's channel if you want to see what she really looks like. What about you, Pocket? What do you really look
you
like?
Can find me at. I look like this with red hair.
Yeah.
And you can find me. I was joking on my stream earlier because KPP actually hosted me. Or no, it was a host raid, and then I was like, oh no, it's about to end, so I can prepare. So then I waited to raid here. But I was joking about how I just want to keep my orange hair, so I like want to cut my hair and then dye it in blood. I was like,
In the game.
Yeah.
You mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like, that sounds like if she actually does go full murder hobo with this curse, it sounds like something that she might actually try to do.
Yeah. Maybe if the
Anyway,
curse reaches your hair, it'll turn red.
There you go. It'll be like I don't know if anyone watches One Punch, but in the latest season, the bad guy like just rubs blood in his hair, and his hair's bright red. Anyway, I'm Pocket, twitch.tv/Pocket. I play video games every day by Monday, or I work on cosplay, but I've been doing gaming lately because there's a lot of games out right now. So, I also try to murder things in this.
In real life.
In real life, but don't tell anyone, okay? I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. What about you, PB? What's going on?
I've been sick, like really terribly sick, so I didn't do anything last week, but I hope to be back on Monday, playing some moody, scary games, not some jump scary games for a bit, and then Nocturne on Wednesday, which I'm very excited about. Oh, and there is an episode of my podcast that comes out with Katie Peters in it on Monday, The Cat Lady, where we talk about the cat lady. So you should check that out, and you can find that at deepdivecast.com if you guys want. That's it. That's all I got.
Nice.
Thank you for at least considering my magic sand carpet.
Well, yeah. I mean,
trusted her.
it didn't matter what happened at the end, really. But I was like, well, my brain went into DM mode of like, can she do this? And then I was like, wait, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
the worst.
the moment you were like, I can't let a cantrip let you fly, I was like, oh yeah, fair enough.
It was so broken.
Yeah.
You'd just be using it all the time.
Yeah,
I can
we'd
show
use it for
you
everything,
and
yeah.
you'd be gone. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's good. But I will always ask.
I just love
It's
how
fine.
like I knew like even in character, my character would be like, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
But, like
Well,
I
that's the
imagine
other
it as
thing,
like
too.
this shaky sand that's just all running
Yeah.
off the edge and just the worst, like most terrifying thing. Like when you get in a car with a really old person and they're like trying to find the gears.
Exactly what I thought of. Because you were like, you're convinced you can do this, and I was like, well then shit. There's no way I can't meta
like
my way
one
out of this.
under
There's
as well,
no
whatever
way.
you
Like
roll.
she's gonna stand on this thing and die.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wanted you to do
God.
that. I was just gonna stand on and just auto kill you, but I thought I won't do that. It wouldn't matter.
Thank you.
It wouldn't have mattered. Because the
Spoilers.
next group that walked in could have done it. You know, it was all good. Maybe it weren't really you. But I knew if I did that as well, we'd go into one of those weird alternate timelines. You know when they do that in TV, and you're like, this isn't the real group anymore. It's an
Yeah.
alternate group, and I don't trust it. I don't like it.
Come watch Nocturne on Wednesdays.
Nocturne. I was when you said Nocturne, I was like, if you liked the weird twisty time twist. All right. Well, yes, we have Zero Blue Orion tomorrow. I'm not in it, so make sure you watch it. Because it's probably going to be the best one. And
Absolutely is going to be the best one.
the intros are going to be quiet.
Not even kidding, actually.
I bet it is. I bet it's the best one. And Nocturne on Wednesdays. Thursdays we have more D&D ragtags, and coming up soon on Fridays is Work Stevens' Harry Potter Extravaganza, which is what I wanted to call it, but I guess it's not. Until next Sunday, that'll see you over. Go and follow all these people. As soon as I say that's the end of the session, my brain lets go, and it's just so hard
Okay.
GMing. My brain is like, it's midnight. Thanks for watching, people. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.